But online?
I'm asking if you can, on the $5 on the app that I scanned, and I'm asking for help because that's what it says.
And I did show it to you online where it's listed as $11, right?
But it says here, $5 though. So where's the disconnect?
Then
where's the disconnect?
Check out. But if it's not helping me,
bro, it says associate can help, bro. Bro, you're no help, bro. You're no help.
You have to leave. Have a great day. Husband, say, please leave.
Huh?
I don't know how that works.
You don't know how it works. Okay, I'll transfer it to you. Void whatever you just scanned. Get rid of it, because you guys should know what scan and go is, right? It says I can pay at the register, so it'll bring up everything that I have. You know what I mean? You take it, it's gone. Tried to do scan and go, told me to bring it to our register, but then it said to check the items, but I don't know. I'm just gonna transfer it to the register so it all comes up and I can just pay the out. It actually says I already paid, so my card is paid for. Yeah, that's fine. So it says I already paid. So I'm already paid for. Yeah. Yeah, everything in the card. I'll show the guy up there. He's gonna check me anyways. Yeah, scan and go. It's supposed to be scan and go, not scan and wait. It's supposed to be quick. Thank you. I'm finding a price checker in here. It's a little tough. They have a click and find over there, but I don't know. If this Lego's like lower, we're definitely taking the Legos, and I gotta check out sneakers too. So full cart gang all day. Let's go. $27. So we're gonna get it. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that. Not something that I would collect. But look at that. Bro. Just look at that. We're gonna pay $27. That's a quad up. Double up. This place is unbelievable, dude. We got an extra large car right now. Mega profits. Let's go. All right, guys. Trip 1. We've got a lot of good stuff. Something posted over there.
Oh, it's super perfect.
Says who?
It says my man.
Where is it over there?
And none of those rules are posted.
Right, none of the rules are posted, so I would just like to ring out and I'm gonna just leave. So
Unfortunately, we can't. It's super perfect.
where is it posted?
It's a store rule.
Where? Where is the store
It's
rule?
store policy.
Show me the store policy.
Eventually.
Do you guys have who's the manager here tonight? I just would like to speak to them. It's already in a carriage. If you could tell them in electronics.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's not a problem. They sometimes we do it just based on.
Alright, do you have a mask by chance?
I don't. That's okay. I know Florida doesn't have a mask mandate. I've been pretty good so far.
Alright, well, I cannot serve you if you're not wearing a mask.
We're literally getting all of this for $204.54. That's crazy. Oh, I'm already finished. I already finished it, yeah.
When you scan, you have to put them aside so we know exactly what to do.
Yeah, no, it's all set. I didn't want to unpack it, though. It's all big items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to know.
Yep, we already got them. Excuse me. You okay?
They're there for
You good?
Yeah.
You do this to anybody else, though? Just wondering.
No, I work.
I know you work.
Security cameras on the
Right.
house.
Are you security, though? Do you ask for protection, or are you
Well,
just trying to, like, make sure to help people here? You know
No,
what I mean?
we have to air.
Do you mind if can I get in there so I can scan the stuff, or?
Oh, no, that's not allowed.
No? I'm gonna need a little bit of your time, so if you're just gonna stand there and hold the games here, I mean, they're clearance items, I'm not gonna run off and steal them. Nope, I don't want that one. I want to scan every one of them, so that's why I'm saying, can you just stand there and I can, like, just do it really quick? This is becoming not very helpful right now.
Well, I can't leave the case unlocked.
I don't want you to leave the case unlocked. I just want to be able to. Okay, I don't want that one.
They're all coming up as they're marked. Oh yeah, these are with the clearance of the department manager within that.
I need to scan the front of it because the barcode's not working, so I just need to do a little image scan. Y'all able to grab the manager?
Print it up?
No, I don't need to print it. I just want to talk to your manager.
You're good? I am. Give me a second. Yes, love.
She's yelling out shit in front of everybody. That's just uncalled for. So I don't know. Are you the manager?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So No, you yelled out front. You said, you yelled to me when I was walking. You said, you want to pay for the item? Like, am I stealing it or something?
I said you want the
I'm not
receipt.
stealing it.
I
No,
didn't
that's
ask
not what
you
you
what
said.
you said.
That's not what you said. You want to know why? Because we got cell phones and we get it on video. So what are you talking about?
what?
You lying. Stop lying.
Baby,
Right?
I'll be with you in a
Stop
second, okay?
lying. So I paid for this item.
So it went.
A bunch of this stuff here. I know it went through because I was trying to show you on the app.
Okay.
So I paid all this stuff right on the purchase, right?
Okay.
And then I needed to make a second purchase because I forgot I wanted to use my rewards. So I used this. I had $17.
Okay.
And didn't charge me anything.
Yeah, because that's the Target rewards.
Correct. And
Okay.
that's what I tried to explain. But she's trying to tell me I didn't pay for the item. And then as I'm walking, she yells out in front of everybody, "You want to pay for that item?"
And on the walkie.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear me on the walkie?
No, she called
Exactly.
me.
I called her.
Come on. Come on. It's cool, but like, you know what I mean? Don't lie. I know you're embarrassed, but it's cool.
I'm embarrassed.
All right.
I'm embarrassed.
But I'm good, right? Like I'm not stealing?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
appreciate you. Thank you. I'll be back in too. I gotta get some more stuff. Thank you. Easy, man. I'll be back in too. I can't.
We're not crazy, man. Just let us do our job now.
But you're not part of doing your job. You're being a little crazy, man. You guys counted 6. My man was right.
No.
He counted
No,
6, right?
It's 7 there. It's 7 yards there.
But that's not 7, man. That's something different on the receipt. That's 4 different things, man. He already did his
No,
job.
but he has 7. No.
No, I don't.
Sorry. Did you just do the self-checkout over
I did.
Sorry.
Don't they do that at the door?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. I had a problem yesterday too. I had to speak to a manager, but it's okay. All right, I fit 20 on here. I need to find another card to get the rest. All right, we got them. 32 of them, plus the Bujitsus. $10 a piece. We're gonna hold that big price. Let's go experience the Walmart red carpet special. See how good they treat us. Are they gonna tell us 20 items or less? Or are they gonna understand when I tell them scan and go? And the regular registers cannot. I mean, I guess they could, but I don't know if they could because I've been denied. So we're gonna go to self-checkout because that's what Scan and Go tells us to do. Just be respectful. Cool with that, Steve? Is that cool with you like that? I can turn it away if you're not.
I don't want to be in it.
All right, cool. We gotta be respectful. I see you peeking. You wanna be in it?
No.
I see you peeking over
What
there.
happened? Are you live streaming?
Curiosity got you famous, you know what I mean? Ready? Watch this, ready? What's up, man? Hi. How you doing? Have a good night. Can't stop the hustle. He's probably looking like, there's no way, whew, saying I don't buy my stuff. Who's saying I ain't buying this stuff, man? Like I don't buy my hustle. Come on. You guys know better. All right, cool. 323, we got 215. Uh-oh, we got somebody chasing me. He's chasing me. He's like, hello, hello. What's up?
You see receipt? Can I see receipt?
Oh, there's no way you're chasing me out here right now in the parking lot.
Why?
Excuse me, unless you're accusing me of stealing,
You know.
there's no way, dude. Dude, you just ran down the parking lot.
I don't want to see receipt because he told me you check receipt. That's why.
You just ran down the parking lot. You were like, oh,
No.
right?
I just request you.
Check it out. Let's look at it together. Look.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
What's your name? What is it?
Rajesh.
Rajesh. My man. Have a good night. Oh, man, these people so lucky, man. Yo, homeboy ran from Walmart. See, this is why I love lives. You never know what's going to happen. Like, homeboy ran out of the front door like, sir. I'm going to take them all, so don't even bother. This whole thing's coming with me, so. Getting some for yourself? No? They can at least smile. At least 100 pounds.
They're not gonna be sold. Excuse me.
What is going on in this Walmart right now, bro? All right, so we're gonna pay with a different card. Transfer to register, scan the barcode. Okay, 4. As long as it says that, 4.
Sir, for how many items you pay?
5. Have a good day.
Receipt, sir.
Ma'am, I suggest you let go, ma'am.
Receipt, please.
Am I stealing?
Receipt,
Am I
please.
stealing? You don't want a lawsuit.
Yo, receipt, sir.
Ma'am.
Receipt, sir.
Ma'am.
Sir, receipt.
Ma'am. I'm telling you right now. Hey, get a manager, because the next call is going to be to my fucking lawyer. Get a manager right now. And get head of security, too. Do it again. These Walmart-ass clowns, bro. Walmart warriors at their finest, bro. Come on, man. They don't know who they're messing with, honestly. We're going to go back inside. Yo, what up, people? What is going on? Am I on? Yeah? Yo, someone said the background music was too loud. Shut your ass up. What is happening, people? Welcome to the live Thursday night. I'm just finishing up here real quick. Let me see. The mic is mad loud, right? I feel like in my past lives I've heard like clipping, but then in my other lives I'm like I can barely hear me. So we're here Thursday night. We're gonna get into some good content, man. I've juiced the RAM on my computer just so I could bring you these videos, bro. I'm telling you right now, you are not gonna be disappointed. We have a lot to cover tonight. A lot to cover, and we ain't gonna waste any time. Wait, what? What was that? What was that? All right. Enough messing around. We're good. All right, people, let's get into it. First, now, you guys know how I feel about Walmart receipt checkers, right? The Walmart receipt checker is literally the worst job you could probably have. But I guess they're doing stuff in other stores, because we got this here in Aldi. Aldi's stopping over a receipt. I haven't seen it. I don't know what the grounds are for stopping for this receipt, but I got a lot to say about stores and receipts, because look, if you're not accusing me of stealing, then you probably shouldn't be stopping me. That's just the bottom line. Aldi stopped her over a receipt, and it escalated fast. Like, what else was going to happen here? Let's see why he stopped her for the receipt.
So basically, you're accusing me of stealing too?
No, I'm not accusing you.
Okay,
I'm just
but when you look at this receipt, you guys see this?
All right, I'm gonna need y'all to pay attention to this one, because this is not your typical grocery store meltdown. This is one of those situations where you kind of have to ask, who's actually in the wrong here?
Oh,
because
boy.
on one side, you've got Aldi employees that are stopping a woman because her receipt only has 2 items on it, yet she has a cart full of food. And on the other side, you have a woman who is just absolutely not having this today, and immediately jumping into, you're accusing me, pulling out a camera and turning it into a full scene.
Because what else are you supposed to do? Now, she's right. On one hand, if you're probably gonna make a scene, because you're being accused and you don't want to feel like you're being accused. On the other side, if you're guilty, you're still gonna make a scene because you did something wrong. Let's see.
But here's the question. Was Aldi out of line for treating her like a suspect? Or did she turn a simple, can we double check this, into something that it never had to be?
Well, double checking is still accusing. It's just disguised as a more polite way. It is.
Because the way this plays out, somewhere somebody loses the plot.
You said we're only 2 things scanned.
Only 2 things got scanned in this cart, yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me that out of all of this stuff,
I just saw it.
you just saw it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Show me everything up here.
Too many goddamn warriors.
First observations, it seems like this Aldi employee is definitely matching this customer's energy. So apparently what happened is this Aldi customer tried to exit. They stopped her because her receipt didn't have enough items on it. They asked if they could double check, and she immediately pulls out her phone and starts telling them that they're accusing her of shoplifting when she's in fact paid for everything inside the cart. So what it looks like to me, yeah, this Aldi employee seems to have a little bit of an attitude problem. Not gonna say she doesn't, but she's probably also matching the customer's energy, because let's be real here, it's a simple request. Now, I know that we've talked before on this channel.
It's not a simple request. It is an accusation. A simple request. Think about what you're saying, right? Think about what you're saying. A simple request. I mean, it's a simple request to say, hey, are you stealing? Hey, if you infringe on my right after I've purchased and you don't have cold proof, but the employee seems to think she has proof.
Of people refusing to show receipts at places like Walmart. You know, Walmart might ask you to show a receipt upon exit, but technically they can't detain you. There is shopkeeper's law and all of that. But we've seen actual training videos where Walmart employees, after they've asked a customer to see a receipt, if a customer declines, they're just supposed to, wave at them, thank them for coming in. They're not supposed to actually, chase them down or accuse them of shoplifting. It's a simple request. I've personally never seen something like this happen at Aldi in such a public way before.
I haven't either,
This video
yeah.
has blown up in the last few weeks, so let's see how it plays out.
Hey, I need you up here.
Now let me show you this.
Okay, so now, why didn't you just show me that a minute ago?
I didn't get a chance to.
I just asked you.
Ma'am.
Honey.
Oh, I wonder if she did 2 transactions. I wonder if she rung up her groceries and then forgot to ring up 2 items and then rang up 2 items. And she thought she only rang up 2 items.
Okay, let me see the date. Okay, you didn't tell me. I asked you where the rest of them was. There was only 2 items on the first receipt, so I just asked for the second receipt.
Okay,
and
so you just accused me of stealing.
I just said, I'm gonna look. I came out of the bathroom and I'm just asking you for your other receipt, and you only had 2 items on the other receipt: Frosted Flakes and something else.
You can just go.
Ma'am, I don't even have, sir.
You're good.
Can you? But I should be.
Okay, so at this point, the manager, this gentleman here, he's telling her, go ahead and go. You're good. And good on this employee too. The first thing she says is, let me see the date. Let me look at the date on this receipt to make sure that she's not using an old receipt for shoplifting, because we've seen that too, where people will take a receipt from a previous day or earlier in the day.
People be getting creative, bro. People get creative when they want to steal ish.
They will go in, they will take everything that is on that receipt, put it in the shopping cart, and try to walk out with it again. That is still shoplifting. Just because you're holding a receipt with those items on it doesn't mean it's not still shoplifting.
Tetsumaki in the building. What's up, bro?
So she checked the date, it was good. This manager tells her, all right, go ahead and go. But this lady is deciding to stay.
I'm not gonna lie. I would probably choose to stay as well. I'm choosing to stay. I'm choosing violence. You just made my day. You know what I mean?
And argue rather than just leave.
I should be, because but do you see how hostile she is? She just accused me of
job,
stealing.
though. So whenever it dings, we have to come check receipts. So if you hand somebody a receipt and a cart full of stuff with 2 things, I'm going to ask for another receipt as well.
Okay, so basically, you're accusing me of stealing too.
No, I'm not accusing you.
Okay,
I'm just
but
telling you
when you
what
look at this receipt, you guys see this?
Oh, see?
Look, you see this?
That's crazy.
He's extorting. He's taking my things out of the store with my purse.
That's
my purse
wild.
is in that cart. My purse is in that cart.
That is wild. The problem with this generation, this younger generation, and look, yes, I'm approaching fossil age, okay? Born in the late 1900s. This younger generation does not know how to deal with confrontation. They don't know how to deal with disagreement. They don't know how to deal with resolution. Their default is simply to just, nope, go. I'm going to ignore it. I can't deal with it. Oh my God. Snowflake. Ah, and they just shut down like pussies. Oh.
Y'all just accused me of stealing. I don't even have Frosted Flakes in my bag.
I bet you he's going to pull you need to leave or I'm going to call the police. Raise your hands. Raise your hands up high if his next move is going to be, now you need to leave before I call the police. I bet you.
in my basket at all.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. We've had a really long day. Can you please just leave?
So because you had a long day, it's okay for you to accuse people of stealing?
Have a good night.
Yeah, I will be reporting this.
Okay. Now,
Okay,
he's so
for sure.
eager to get her the hell out of the store that he took her cart full of all of her merchandise, including her purse, and pushed it to the entrance while she's still standing there yelling at him, saying, "You're accusing me of stealing, you're accusing me of stealing." Where are we sitting right now? So right now, I am of the mindset that she is out of line. I think she is out of line because he clearly told her that she could leave. They just asked her for that second receipt.
I disagree. And this is why I get comments about, oh, you're reacting to a reaction. You're reacting to a reaction. Somebody's already reacting to it, and you're reacting to the Yes, because I disagree with this reaction this time. I think she had every right to sit there. I think she should have drilled in even more. Too many people try to dismiss you when you're in the right. All of a sudden, you wanted to stay and you wanted to do all this talking. You wanted to all this yap and have a yapathon. You wanted to yappa right when you were accusing me. But as soon as your ass was proven wrong, all of a sudden, now we don't want to talk. Now it's just leave. But when I wanted to leave, you wanted to yap. So no, I disagree. And I think she should have even dug in more.
And rather than just immediately giving the second receipt, she starts getting into defensive mode and starts saying that they were accusing her of stealing and making herself
because they were accusing her of stealing.
Instantly a victim, when these employees were just simply trying to make sure that she wasn't shoplifting.
No, these employees were wrong in possibly even racial profiling, which I don't think is the case. I think she rung up 2 different items. She saw the full cart and then all of a sudden said, oh shit, she has a cart full of groceries, but a receipt. All she had to do was say, ma'am, listen, I see here that you rang up 2 items. Can I just see your receipt to make sure you have a blah, blah, blah? That would have resolved it. But she did have a little attitude. She did have a little Susie Snowflake attitude. I wish she would have done it even more.
And you have to admit, and this customer probably is not really thinking about this. She's probably just feeling offended in this moment. But what people need to realize is shoplifting is so prevalent right now, especially with groceries. People are just walking out of stores with cartfuls of groceries now. It is such a common thing. Simply asking for a receipt should not be that big of a deal, especially when you have the receipt to hand over.
It's a very big deal. It's a very big deal. Don't ask me for my motherfucking receipt unless you're accusing me of stealing. Period. That's the end of it.
I want to know is why exactly didn't this customer hand both receipts to the Aldi employee at first? So I don't know if you've ever paid for things in 2 transactions. I personally have, right? Like I've gone somewhere and maybe I want to use one card for something and another card for other things, and then I end up with 2 receipts. Why on earth didn't this customer have both receipts in hand, ready to hand to the employee? It's almost like they wanted to cause a scene.
Maybe. But I think the shopping lady was just a little pissed off at how she was being talked to. That's all.
Now let me show you this.
Okay, so now why didn't you just show me that a minute ago?
I didn't get a chance to.
I just asked you.
Ma'am.
Honey.
That's the vibe I'm getting right now, because she was very willingly and very easily able to just hold her phone up and start filming this entire thing. And these employees clearly want her to just leave, and she won't.
What's your name? Peyton. Okay, you see that, ma'am? The people, they just accused me of stealing. I had it all on camera, though. It's okay. Where's my receipt? Where's my receipt? Okay, and you took my cart, you removed my things, my purse, my items. You removed my things without my permission out of the store. Peyton, right? Right? Yes. Did I do something wrong?
No, but you're being rude.
Did I do something wrong?
We asked
look at how aggressive these guys are.
We asked you a question, and I'm...
Well, now they're not being aggressive. She's totally being the aggressor. She's totally being the aggressor.
Asking you to leave.
Yeah. Did I do something wrong?
No,
Why did you touch my stuff? My purse is in my cart.
You asked her for a receipt without explanation. You cannot ask for receipt unless you're accusing somebody of stealing.
Why did you touch my cart and remove it from the store? Because why did you do that? What you gonna do? Touch me?
No, but you...
How do we feel about the way these employees are acting?
See, listen, as a manager, as a manager, your job isn't to sit there, argue, debate who's right and wrong. Your job is to make things whole, right? To make things right. Maybe say, in this instance, my apologies for the way my associate acted. She acted in good faith. Unfortunately, she was wrong. What can I do to make it up? How can I make this right to you? Right? Leave it up to the customer. And maybe the customer says nothing. I just want, okay, listen, whenever you come back, my name is so-and-so. I'd be happy to help you or assist you. Whatever it is. But the younger generation are so retarded that they don't know how to handle conflict. They just don't know.
Do you think that they're being too much? Do you think that these employees are being aggressive? I mean, clearly they want her to leave. And clearly she is also escalating the situation because...
Totally escalating the situation, but warranted. Now, if you just stand there and sound like a broken record, then yeah, you're sounding dumb and it's time for you to go. But if you're there to prove a point, maybe get a district manager's number, something like prove your point and then bounce.
She has been told everything's fine. Your receipts are good. Exit the store, please. And she is choosing to stand there and film them and completely escalate the situation into a place where it doesn't need to be. Do you think that these employees are being too aggressive with her? You know, there is a fine line of like professionalism. Like, when is it okay to raise your voice to a customer? When is it okay to push a cart with the customer's merchandise
that's
and
not
personal
okay,
belongings
dude.
like
That's
her purse?
absolutely not
When is
okay.
that acceptable behavior?
It's not.
That is
It's
the
never
one thing
acceptable
I don't know
to
how
do
I
that.
feel about it.
Unless they're
He took
physical.
her cart and moved her cart to the outside of the store, and it has her purse. Now, it's not technically on the outside. It's like, I think he moved it to, you know, in between the sliding doors or whatever.
Yeah, to the doors.
But her purse is out where someone could walk up and steal from her now, and she didn't put it there. He did. But then is it her fault because she's not going to retrieve her purse? And
it's a catch-22 now. It's a catch-22 because he asked her for the receipt, or she asked her for the receipt, had an attitude. The customer had felt some kind of way. The customer was like, are you accusing me of stealing? Because you shouldn't even be asking in the first place. However, as you watch it, it comes to find out that she says, I saw you only pay for 2 items, because she obviously didn't see the first transaction. She walked away, came back, saw 2 items, and immediately the employee went into this like, oh my God, like this gotcha moment. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I saw you. Yes, I did. Right here. Blah, blah, blah. Like, she went into this like, gotcha, bitch. You know what I mean? She went into that fucking mode that these retail warriors go into. And the customer was like, hold my beer. Gave her the second receipt and was like, look, here you go. And she was like, well, why didn't you say that in the first place? And she said, you didn't give me a chance to. Now this dude comes and has no idea how to do problem resolution, right? He probably graduated somewhere in Massachusetts where they give you this blue liberal playbook of stupidism. And now she's all up in arms, and I don't blame her, but it's time for her to pack up and go.
instead, she's choosing to stand there and escalate the situation and film. There's so many things going wrong in this circumstance. In my personal opinion, I think that she is the problematic one here, but I don't think that the employees are exactly handling it right either. I don't know. Let me know what you think.
What are you going to do? Touch me? I wish you would.
Yeah, now she's escalating.
You're escorting me out of the store because you guys accused me of stealing something when I have a receipt for everything in the basket. And you're sitting here acting
He doesn't
as
know
if
what to do.
I did something wrong.
He doesn't know what to say.
Can you just please leave?
I what?
See, he keeps saying that.
I am sorry for that misunderstanding.
Okay.
You're not making it no better. You're very rude. You just escorted my purse and everything out of the store. Peyton, you did that.
Just leave. Come on.
You did that.
Just go.
You're treating me as though I did something wrong. I just spent money in here. Look at how aggressive he is. Look at how aggressive these people
Definitely
are.
not aggressive.
Okay, she keeps saying
Definitely
look at
not
how aggressive
aggressive.
he is. He's literally walking away.
Yeah,
he's literally
definitely not aggressive. You know, let's calm down there.
Walking away, and she's calling him aggressive. How is him leaving the situation to try to de-escalate aggressive? Am I missing something here?
Yeah, no,
And they just accused me of stealing. This is Arby's, Ramsey, Minnesota.
She's looking for a lawsuit, man. She's looking for that check. She's looking for that, like, hey, I'm going to my lawyer's office.
This video has gotten so many views. It is up to 10.7 million views. 10.7 million views.
I'd like to see what the comments are. Maybe she'll show.
And some of the people that I follow have even reposted it. I want to take a look at some of the comments and see what people are having
There
to say
we go.
about
See?
this. Of
That's
course,
what I want to
The
know.
first comment that comes up is that this is about racism.
No, and I thought it may have been in the beginning. I said it could have been, but it's not. It's not. After you dissect and realize that the customer did 2 transactions and the girl decided that she only saw the one with the 2 items, it's definitely not racism.
No, it's not about racism. It's about checking a receipt and the customer being forthcoming and giving both receipts if there was 2.
But you don't have to. It is your right. It's your right to not show the receipt. I would have called the police, had them come down and said, I want something. Call my lawyer next, whatever the hell it is.
This person says, nope, I worked at Aldi and they specifically tell us not to do this because the customer can sue.
Correct. See, you guys, I knew you had somebody with brains in the comments.
This is terrible management.
Yes.
Terrible.
I agree.
Him automatically dismissing you. No sincere apology or anything.
That's what we said too.
As a former Aldi worker, I wasn't paid enough to care. Report this to corporate immediately. That was disrespectful. I literally would have gotten a refund and sued Aldi. That's not her job. She was wrong. Since when does Aldi check receipts? So that's something else too. A lot of people are saying Aldi has never ever checked a receipt. So then that begs the question, is this about racial profiling?
It's not. Look, at the end of the day, here's the deal. A store can ask you for a receipt. They can ask you for a receipt. Anybody can ask you for a receipt. It's private property, but it's open to the public, and you also have rights. The business just can't do whatever they want just because they're a private business. You have consumer rights, but they do have the right to ask you for the receipt. But you also have the right to decline. And if they detain you for reasonable suspicion of theft, then you simply comply and say, I'm not going to show you my receipt. If you want to detain me, you start the clock, you film everything, you document it, and then you go to your lawyer. It's that simple. Now, she kind of took it, out of control a little bit, but at the same time, yeah, Tetsumaki says Minnesota, of course, Minnesota, right? That's why I said, blue. It's the home of the blue-haired people. Of course, Minnesota. That's right.
So if it's not actually Aldi's policy to check receipts, what inspired this worker to ask this woman to see her receipt? Most people automatically default.
Because you don't need it to be a policy to ask for the receipt. You can ask, but the consumer can decline. And you have 2 choices. Have a nice day, or I'm accusing you of stealing and I'm going to detain you. Those are your choices. You don't have to have a policy.
To racial profiling, racism, all of this kind of thing. Do we think that this is an instance of that? Or do we think that this is just a situation where an Aldi worker was suspicious regardless of the color of her?
I think the whole situation is a mix of mental retardation on both ends, okay? You have the little girl, or the young girl, or whatever, the white girl who was a retard for asking for a receipt in the first place. Okay, you have the customer who was obviously black, you could see her hand, who was a retard for carrying on and on and on at the very end, right? And then you have the manager who was also a retard for just trying to dismiss you and shove you out and had no idea how to do de-escalation. So you have 3 retards in a store trying to argue and come to a resolution, but it'll never happen because you have 3 retards.
Skin, and she wanted to see a receipt. But then at the same time, if there was 2 receipts, why on earth didn't this customer just willingly give the receipt? Why did she escalate it so much? I don't exactly know how to feel about all of this, so I am definitely curious to know what all of y'all's thoughts are, because I don't know who's in the wrong here and I don't know who's in the right.
Yeah, that's why we shared it, man.
Aldi should have a right to check the receipts of any customer in the store, whether
and
or not
do.
it's their policy or people
Correct.
know Aldi does this all
and
the time.
They do.
I do not know.
And they
Is
do.
it suddenly bad that she asked to see the receipt of a woman who happens to be black? Should this woman have just simply complied and handed over the 2 receipts that she had instead of just, having the one where there's only 2 items that are scanned? Why not just willingly give both receipts if you had 2 receipts? Or did she?
Why put on a mask and compromise breathing fresh air? I mean, that's why. And I know Lindy errs on the side of conservatism. I believe she does. So this might be just her take for, I don't know. Maybe it's her take. I don't know. It's not my take though.
She only have.
But that's why I like watching these videos, because I disagree and I like to vocalize my point of view.
one receipt and the employee assumed that she only had a receipt with 2 items. There's so many questions left unanswered, but it also raises a lot of questions. And videos like this, whenever they go viral, it really sparks conversation about where our society is, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, and when is it too much. Because yes, being stopped and asked for your receipt is uncomfortable. Nobody likes to be accused. But at the same time, if the receipt says 2 items and the cart is full, they're going to ask questions.
But I think it's the way they did it. It's the way it was handled.
It's not personal. It's literally their job. And here's where it goes left for me. The second that she refused to clear it up, instead she went straight into, you're attacking me. You're aggressive. Don't touch me. And that for me is when it all stopped being a simple misunderstanding and it started being about control. Like, you could either resolve the situation or you can perform the situation. And I feel like she chose to perform. But I want to know what you think. Was Aldi out of line for stopping her in the first place?
Nope. Oh, yes. Yes, Aldi was out of line. Period. Don't ask for the receipt unless you're accusing them of stealing. And make sure you know your shit. Make sure you're 1,000% sure. And get some goddamn asset protection. That's what you need. Asset protection. LP, loss prevention. Get some kind of team on there and stop leaving it up to, 85-year-old Henry in Walmart or fucking 25-year-old Sarah at Aldi. And that's my thought. That's my process. You know what I mean? I mean, it is, might be unpopular opinion, but I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Oh, man, I'm telling you, man, those receipts get me in a friggin' tiffy. They do. They get me in a tiffy. I get all worked up. I get PTSD from receipts. Oh, my God. A lot of times people just don't know how to act either. People simply don't know how to act. There's been a lot of talk about Karens on social media. Karens have always been a creature. Karens have always been a creature of another dimension, right? We used to call it Target Karen land. Tetsumaki says civil discourse is disappearing from normal thoughts fast. Yeah. And look, did I think she could have wrapped it up a little sooner? Yeah. Listen, at the beginning I was like, she should have dug in more, and she did. But there's a line. You know what I mean? There is a line, believe it or not. There is a freaking line. But man, speaking of Karens, we got Rockstar Flipper. Karens that completely crash out inside grocery and convenience stores. I can only imagine. We've seen videos friggin' on social media. People are throwing things, they're knocking down shelving and blah, blah, blah. And into Tetsumaki's comment, civil discourse, man, people don't know how to act. Period. People don't know how to act. And this may just prove it. Let's check it out.
Look, lady.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. You hit me.
I did not. You about broke my phone.
As much as we all love a good freak out in Walmart or McDonald's, fast food, I especially love when people lose their minds at the grocery store, like Publix, Giant, Food Lion, and sometimes inside the Walmart.
I've heard that name, Food Lion, so many. A couple of people mentioned Food Lion in my comments of another video, and I'm like, the hell is Food Lion? Now, obviously, I know it has to do with food, but Food Lion sounds like a really discount. Like, what is Food Lion? Is it like an Aldi? Is it like a top grocery chain? Is it in the hood?
Our grocery section today, we're going to take a look at those people right here in the video and see just how wild and crazy they get during a grocery store trip.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Why?
I mean, right now.
God damn.
Lord have mercy. What is she doing? The caption says she was actually screaming, I'm doing this for my Lord and Savior. I'm doing this for my son. Clearly, there are people who walk around that have mental illnesses and mental issues, bipolar,
mental illness for sure,
whatever it amounts to. And we have to be very careful when you walk around in public because you never know who these people are, what they're capable of, are they dangerous? I live in a Second Amendment state, a very strong Second Amendment state here in Florida. And yeah.
Amen. Shout out Florida in the building.
Yeah, we protect ourselves, so I'm never worried if I come across one of these people out in public. I keep my head on a swivel, and in the event that they ever get dangerous and try to do something crazy, I feel protected, and I feel ready to protect anybody I have to.
Florida is the ultimate FAFO. F-A-F-O. Florida is the ultimate FAFO. I love it. Best state I've ever lived in.
What? Why? Like, they're destroying the aisles, fighting with each other in a grocery store? You can't go on a grocery trip and just act like a normal human being? Why are there people in this world who just can't behave themselves in public? I literally can't explain it, and I just don't connect with what happens when you're out in public so bad that you have to act like this.
Sorry, I got news, please.
All right, hold on. What's going on in here?
His man kicked me in my stomach. We're trying to protect ourselves. He tried to shake us.
Oh, God damn. Damn. Look at you seen that weave on the floor, son? God damn.
He's not getting upset with her.
Okay, give me a second, man. Give me a second.
Oh my God.
Okay, you work here? Okay.
He looks crazy.
Do you see this mark?
Would you like an ambulance?
Yes.
Okay, we have one on the way.
Yes.
One's already on the way.
Yes. Because he kicked me in my stomach. He had my cousin on the floor right here for so long. I'm trying to get him off my cousin.
Man, it is really annoying when people call the police, try to get help, and then for whatever reason, they cannot explain the situation clearly and calmly. They just literally can't get the words out of their mouths.
Because they don't know fucking English to begin with. That's the thing. They don't know English.
Makes no sense to me.
Proper English.
Okay, why are we here?
But then again, that's coming from a guy who says Baba and Ka, hospital, and I say race hus. I say a hus, the husses. You know what I mean? I know a lot about correct English.
He asked her about the money. She said throw the money on him. And he was the hair. She was hitting everybody here. And I have the camera. I can check the tape and everything.
So she's trying to buy something?
Yes.
Can I get something, please?
What do you
Please.
for what?
My eyes is burning.
Who did the macing?
You did the missing.
You're the one that maced?
He hit me. He grabbed my arm.
Okay, I've explained to you already. I can't listen to 3 or 4 people at once. I do one person at a time.
He got her ass. He said go.
What is this? What is this?
He got her ass.
Stop.
Yo, they hurting my ears, son. God damn,
You two,
bro.
come outside.
Ooh, where's my phone?
We'll find your phone. No one's going to take your phone. Come on, outside.
No.
Sounds like those women, pregnant or not, came in and caused a problem. He's got it on camera, so it'll be real easy to figure out.
Bro,
And
all that arguing, bro, that shit gave me a headache, bro. I need some goddamn ibuprofen after that. I'll be right back. Jesus. All right, we're back. Jeez. I did have to get some ibuprofen. I'm not lying. All right, let's go.
started throwing money at him and being rude and ignorant, and eventually they maced him. They did the macing. He got the mace, and I don't know if he hit her or attacked her, but they're definitely trying to be the victim and play a victim card here, and I never, ever condone, touching a woman, of course, but especially if they're
Put our
pregnant.
feet up for this one. I should have brought some popcorn.
Who knows what happened? She maced him, and she's pregnant. She got her
Feet
own
going
stuff.
up.
A lot of times, if you're not careful with that mace, you'll get that, secondhand macing, or the wind blows the wrong way inside the store. Somebody opens the door and puts it back in your eyes. Got to be careful if you use mace. But what is going on with this story? I'm just not buying it that they're the victims here. I'm really not.
All right, what do we got? Oh, is this the Aldi joint again? I've never been to an Aldi where you have to scan your receipt to get out. That is wild. That is wild. And you know they only got those in the hood, bro. They got those joints in the hood, man.
Wow, does Aldi make you scan receipts? You don't sign anything agreeing to show a receipt, so how can they require you to scan a receipt? It's sort of the same thing. You're showing a computer screen rather than a human being. I have never actually shopped in an Aldi. Here in Florida, we have them. They're not as common. We have Publix. That's the big one. It's in every
Publix is too expensive. I don't shop in Publix. I refuse to give them my business.
neighborhood. There's one right on the corner of my street. I don't shop at Aldi. I never have. I think I should. A lot of people recommend it. Just never really got around to doing it. And I think the closest one to me is about 10 to 15 minutes. So it's so much just convenience for me to go to Publix in the corner or Walmart even 2-3 minutes up the street. I just never made it in there. Tell me, do they require that? The receipt scanning? Is that normal?
Not in every Walmart. I mean, not in every Aldi. They're not in every Aldi. They're at least not in the 3 or 4 that are around me.
I think what we just saw right along those things is when you scan that receipt and the doors swing open, it lets you come in and out. I experienced that in the Dallas airport when I went into like one of those little mini grocery stores. I bought like a Gatorade. I do drink Gatorade and like a bag of something.
Gatorade's no good for you.
And it was like, you know, whatever, you walk in and you swipe your credit card and then you go shop. And when you're done, you just walk out of the little mini aisle and it knows what you picked up and it just swings the doors open and it charges your card. But you have to do that. And I know there's some places that are definitely where you can scan the receipt. I don't really know the ups and downs and what stores do that, the ins and outs of it, but it seems pretty reasonable to me. But some people, like this guy, bang, bang, they're getting out one way or the other and somebody's going to pay for that. He's going to jail if that was in America.
Hey, TikTok, me and Baby are here at Walmart to pick up our formula cans. Hopefully they have it. It looks like they're in stock.
Interrupted by a Karen.
Sure. Oh, I think it's down there. Oh, they only have like 6 cans. Oh, what's the one in the back? Hopefully I can get all of the cans today. So let's wait, y'all. I pressed the button 40 times already.
First of all, huge complaint with Walmart. Anything behind the case, like their colognes and scents and a whole bunch of other stuff, these formulas, require a button and they...
You'll never get any help in Walmart. That's your first mistake. That's your expectations are too high. You're in Walmart expecting help. Yeah, it's your expectations are like up here. You need to bring them like down here, you know?
Never have enough people, and even when they do, it takes them forever to come help you. That's a huge pet peeve at Walmart. It's one of the reasons I try to avoid Walmart at all costs.
Nobody's paying yet. Come on, girl.
You got to pick up a phone and page somebody like in that other video.
Maybe some water as well. I just need the Neoshore Simulac down there. I think you might have 2 cans in the back as well. I need all 8 of them.
8?
Yeah.
I'm just going to predict what's going to happen with my experience. She said she needs all 8. She obviously has a kid. She's trying to stock up. She wants to feed her kid. There's no limit. If you're going to limit something, it has to be posted. You ever notice in Target, they post and say only 2 SKUs per person for like Pokemon or baseball cards or sports cards? That's why they do that. I bet you he's going to try to limit her and she's going to be like, what are you talking about? I had a video where I bought 11 Canon printers. And because I bought 11 and because the younger people don't know how to have problem resolution, they freak out. They think, oh my God, what? I work at Walmart. What?
Yeah, please. Oh, yes, perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's a stupid door.
Why were you trying to get it through the other door?
Oh, yep.
Okay. Anything from inside the box? We'll take what I said. Got it?
Oh, okay.
What did you say?
They needed 8. They needed 8.
She needed 8.
Yeah.
You can only take 5.
You can only take 5.
You guys have a rule now? How many you can take?
Because it's going to bring up on the system only can take 5.
5 at a time?
Yep.
Okay, so I can get rung up twice?
It depends on who's on register. Because sometimes they say you only can do 1, but they say you can do...
See, she's trying to be a Walmart warrior. She's trying to be a Walmart warrior. She can't just mind her fucking business. She has to like everything was good until Karen came out of the woodwork and Walmart warriored her little wobbly upside down pear-shaped ass over to the damn I'm already aggravated.
So this is true. Like the Pokemon cards, a lot of places are doing limits 2, 4, 6. We had a huge shortage.
But it's posted. It's posted there.
Depending on when this video was filmed of Similac and of the formulas and all that, we had a huge shortage. But that was back in like 2022, I think. And they were limiting people, 4, 2, 4. But there's people that would go through a can every single night or 2, and they needed 4 or 5 to last the week. And so that's what they were giving people, was like a 4 or 5 limit. Some people were like, well, I need to buy 2 weeks worth, so let me get 8. And they were like, no. And this is a child that needs, you know, its formula. Unfortunately, there were also scalpers who were clearing shelves out, and they're not scalpers, they're retail arbitrage resellers.
And that's one of the things I usually stayed away from. I never bought baby formula. And I only bought baby diapers maybe twice out of the 7 years. 7, 8 years. I only bought diapers twice. I never really touched like baby toys, baby cameras, things like that. But I never bought formula. It just didn't sit right with me.
But there were also people who were stealing it before it went back behind the glass counter. I understand Walmart's position. At the same time, it sucks that we're at that point where they have to monitor it this bad.
Quick thinking bystanders rushed to her rescue, preventing a potentially serious incident. Oh, they taking him out of the woman's bathroom, bro? Oh.
Big yikes, and big props to the gentlemen,
big yikes,
several of them at the
yes.
beginning of this video. If you did not see it, that were in there, I think there were 3 or 4 of them that followed this creep.
3 or 4 of them?
This predator into the women's bathroom with a teenage girl.
Oh, 3 or 4 people that followed the predator. Okay.
Who was just trying to go about her business and use the restroom, and apparently he followed her in. And thankfully, some of these good bystanders, these gentlemen, who a couple of them are quite large, he picked the wrong ones, were able to hurry up and get there and detain him, grab him, and hold him until the police showed up. Because, yeah, there's no reason that gentleman belongs in the women's bathroom, especially when a teenage girl went in there or any woman went in there. And good on them, keeping their head on a swivel. I always say, keep your head on a swivel, y'all. Make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. Know what's going on. And when they saw that guy go in the bathroom, their spidey senses, their red, alerts went off, and they went right for it. So good for them. Great job, gentlemen. And they should be given some kind of award for that, for saving potentially her from being injured or taken advantage of, or even worse, unfortunately.
Costco. Bro, that's a place where I can't go to I don't have a Costco membership, but I heard that place on the weekend. I've been there on a weekend. You can't even get a parking space. Why would I want to shop somewhere where I can't even find a parking space? I already have to battle people like a Pokemon trainer before I even walk through the doors. I already have to go through 3 different gyms, 2 different gym trainers, and about 7 different Pokemon gremlins before I walk through the door. Why would I want to shop there?
Let me get your face really close. Don't back away. Let me get your face close.
Oh, these guys do the audits, though.
But they won't let me. They won't say why they're recording. Why are you recording?
And why do people freak out when they see people recording outside? Everybody thinks they're so important. Nobody cares about you. They're exercising their right. They can record in public all they want.
Yeah, and let me record. No, I want to record your face. You're recording my face. I'm going to record your face.
And that generates content for them. It says Costco, but was that a Target or was that Costco?
And we already called the police. The police are already called. Because Target doesn't want you out here. Just
Target. All right, so they're at Target. See, it said Karen goes insane at Costco, but they're at Target.
Weirdos.
Look.
Let's see, what are you wearing?
So the caption says Costco. They're obviously at Target. We can see the big red balls in Target. Yeah, they're allowed to publicly film her in public. Unfortunately, they are on private property. Target owns that property and probably that parking lot. So
and they can ask them to leave, and they would leave. Normally, they're on sidewalks when they're filming like banks or like high profile post offices, things like that. But they're on public sidewalks, so they can film on public sidewalks.
So as soon as Target tells them to leave, they got to leave, and they'll be escorted off. If they don't, they'll be trespassed and arrested.
True.
But it is weird to me if somebody doesn't want to be on a camera, just walk away, avoid them. But in this case, they're not on government property, which is public. They're not out on a public sidewalk, so they are sort of in the wrong. I'm a supporter of public photography and video and First Amendment rights, but you're at Target, who owns this. It's not private. It is open to the public, and you can film, but if you were asked to stop, and you don't, you can be arrested for trespassing if you don't leave. If they ask you to stop
agree.
recording and leave. So they're kind of walking the fine line here, just riling this woman up. But she's also just get out of their face, call the police if that's what you're inclined to do what you got to do, and move on with your day. She's getting so close to them, putting it up in their face like this. If she touches them, she's actually guilty of an assault. You can look that up.
Look, lady.
Oh.
Nick, call the police. You hit me. I did not. You got my phone. Call the police. I'd like to check out, please. Oh no, you're taking your time. Remember? Oh yeah. Call the police. Putting hands on you.
Yeah, you gotta call the police.
All right, let's replay that again because I think Grandma there is the one that actually put her hands on it first. Let's go ahead and play it real slow. I'm gonna just play it back.
Let me see.
I think Grandma reaches over and hits her. Leave me a comment before you play again and tell me if I'm right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Grandma reached.
Yep.
Woman's filming. Grandma reached. Grabbed the phone. That's assault. The phone is an extension of your hand. Extension of you. You can't touch people's stuff.
That's right.
Fools. Period. Their hands, their phones, their anything. She's guilty of that. And if the police show up, Grandma's going to go to jail, not the other lady. I promise you. As a little sampling here of people going nuts in grocery stores and Target and convenience stores.
100%.
7-Elevens. Everyone is crazy in 2026. When you're out in public, keep your hands to yourself, keep your mouth and your words to yourself. Be kind and polite to people, and don't go nuts. Don't try to stir people up if you can help it, and just get home safe and get there in one piece. I appreciate y'all watching these videos, so I can't.
Man, I'm telling you, there is something in the water. There is something in the water. I feel like I don't know what it is about people and their reactions and like people go to the extremes. Before there was like a buildup. There were like steps. There were like levels to this shit. You know what I mean? You had to say things to escalate. Now people are just going from 1 to 100. There's nothing in between. It's just, hey, F you, bap. You know what I mean? And it's, you really got to be careful. You really got to be, because there's crazy ass people out there, man. I've been posting more reselling videos lately on my channel. We've gone to Target, we've gone to Walmart a bunch of times, we've gone to Target a bunch of times. I did a long trip in the Tesla all the way up to Boston. Video's doing really great. I think we're approaching 7,000 views on that video right now. A lot of people interested in the Tesla and traveling abroad or far. And when I say abroad, it's because you're leaving like Florida. And when you leave Florida, it's like, it feels like you're abroad. But we've been getting back into reselling slowly but surely. And last time I reacted to Buffalo Picker. I really like Buffalo Picker, man. He's a friend of mine. He does a lot of good things. He had a lot of good knowledge. He runs a weekly show, a live show, where they talk about tips and stuff like that. You can go in there, ask questions. They're receptive. They talk to you. They interact. And here, he's done a video where it says beginner reselling tips, how he preps and ships toys to Amazon FBA. The reason why I want to look at this is because when I would do reselling videos, the number one request I always got was, hey, can you do a shipping video? And my thing was always like, why? It's boring. You want to see me put things in a box and throw some numbers on the screen? I was always more about entertainment value, not so much education. And I've done a bunch of videos where I've incorporated shipping into the video, but not necessarily a dedicated video. So I wanted to check this out. Again, these videos I don't watch ahead of time, so I am almost sure he is going to drop some knowledge. So let's check out Buffalo Picker.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Buffalo here. On this channel, I share my reselling tips and my journey as
nice space to work in, man. Right? He's not working in his basement like some other resellers calling it a warehouse. This man's the real deal. He's the real deal Holyfield, man. Shout out Buffalo Picker, man.
a third-party reseller for Amazon and Walmart. In this particular video, I'm going to share a toy haul, and also I'm going to go behind the scenes and show you the preparation for getting these items together to ship out to the fulfillment center. So with that being said,
look at that, man. I love seeing it.
Welcome to the
Let's go. And I don't know if this is gonna copyright, so let me just do a little bit. BP, let's go, baby.
right here, I have some mystery balls. This is Harry Potter. I have Lord of the Rings. You can see right here. Also have Miniverse, Make It Mini Foods. I think I have 4 of those. Lord of the Rings, probably 7 packs. And Harry Potter, I think it's 12 or 13 packs. But the total in here is probably around $1,400 before fees. All right, welcome to the Terror Dome. So we're going to get started with the toy haul. So as you can see on the table,
go,
I have a
BP.
bunch of boxes. These are all action figures. Multiple quantities of action figures. So let me just get those out of the way right quick. I have Ghostface. This is a...
Make sure you subscribe to Buffalo Picker, man. Let's give him a like. You know what? We're going to turn on all. This is what I need you guys to do. You turn on all notifications on the video. You click all, bam, and then you're never left out.
NECA. This is what it looked like on the inside. I have a total of 7 of those. It's Halloween Kills. I have 3 of these. This is the Ultimate Michael Myers. Also have Chainsaw Massacre. I think I have 3 of these as well. I do. And this is what it looked like on the inside.
Jeez.
These are NECA brands. Over here I have Star Wars, WWE Main Event, LA Knight. I have Loki, and I have a total of 3 of those. And that is a Marvel Legend. I also have Marvel Legend Century. I have a total of 4 of those. I have 4 of the Main Event WWE Goldberg. This is top pick. Also,
this man is so organized, bro. I could only dream of being this organized. I am absolutely not even close to this organized. You guys have seen my storage unit, and I'm going to be going live from my storage unit as well because I really need to start like shaping it up. But Buffalo is really organized, man. Big respect on that.
Also have the Black Series Star Wars. This is the Clone Trooper. I have 4 of those. This is the Mandalorian. I have 3. I have WWE top pick. This is Rey Mysterio. I have 3 of those. And up here I have Marvel Legends, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So let me get those out of the way.
These look like all Whatnot orders. He runs big Whatnot shows on Whatnot. You should follow him on Whatnot too.
And then we're going to continue on with the ones up top. Okay, so real quick, we're going to go through these. I have the Nova Marvel Legend. Over here is Stone Cold Steve Austin WWE. We have WWE Cody Rhodes. We have WWE Greg the Hammer Valentine. I have Marvel Legend X-Man Sunfire. Over here, I have Jey Uso Main Event WWE Seth Rollins. I have Black Series Darth Maul. 2 of those. I have WWE Jimmy Hart. 2 of the X-Men Weapon X. I have Marty McFly Tales from Space. That's a NECA. Open that one up so you can see it. What it looked like. Over here I have 2 of the Ninja Turtles. I have 2 of the Seth Rollins WWE.
I always think it's funny the toy name NECA. Oh man, yo, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
I'm sorry, Roman Reigns. I'm just all over the place, y'all. Forgive me. Over here, I have Ken Shamrock, WWE. Over here, I have Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. What it looked like. That's a NECA as well. Over here, I have Marvel Wild Child. This is Marvel Scarlet Witch. I have WWE, The Honky Tonk Man. Take a look at that. I like the outfit looking like Elvis. Over here, I have WWE CM Punk, in case I didn't call that one. Here is I have the Marvel Legends, Falcon Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo. Here I have Ray Orton, the Main Event, WWE John Cena. Trying to go pretty quick, y'all. Forgive me. Here I have Marvel Legends Super Villain. Here I have 2 of the Imperial Armor Commando Black Series. Here I have Alexa Bliss, WWE. Here I have Jason, Freddy versus Jason. This is what it looked like. I have Harry Potter statue called Buckbeck. Here I have NECA, Friday the 13th, the New Blood. What it looked like on the inside. All right, over here I have Chainsaw Massacre. I have 2 of those. That's what it looked like on the inside and the back. I have Ghostface Inferno. That's what it looked like on the inside and the back. I have a retro Ric Flair. I have WWE Rey Mysterio, Transformers, Autobot Blaster, and Jet. Over here, I have Tile Town. These are pretty much like Legos, building blocks.
Yo, we almost bought those. I almost got those for, I think they were $7, $8, or $9, something around there. I couldn't sell them on Amazon, but I wasn't thinking to sell them on a different website. And I should have picked them up. I should have cleared the shelf. I should have.
I got 7 of those. Over here, I have Yellowstone. These are also building block toys. I have total of 4 of those. All these items, I noticed these as I was going. I didn't put the FNS.
Man, got Legos too.
KU sticker on these. That is this particular sticker right here for Amazon. I think I mentioned that earlier. You take these labels and you put it over to UPC, and that's how you ship those in. Now, if you ship them in without the...
Which you have to now, because Amazon now requires you to prep your own products. You can no longer have Amazon prep your products.
SKU. Amazon is going to charge you a fee to put those on for you. And I know at one time I think it was 25 cents, but I think it went up. So
55 cents. But now Amazon will no longer prep your items or label them.
Gotta make sure I got the labels for those. All right, so on this table is a bunch of Legos that's going in, and definitely it does has a label. This one, backstory on this particular one is I got it for $10. I found it on the 90% off Valentine's Day sale. Walmart had these still over in the Valentine's 90% off, and the store manager honored the price. We gave it to me for $10. Now, if you go to Walmart now, you'll see these in there for anywhere between $29 and $64. So that deal is long gone. This is the stargazing camping vehicle. This came in a 2-pack. Walmart had these for
2-pack.
I think $25. So it was a 2-pack. I just took the most expensive one out and when shipped those to Amazon. The ones I probably put them on whatnot and sell them at a whatnot sale. I'm not 100% yet. But these are all my Legos. As y'all can see them, I'm not going to go through every one of them. These are Star Wars. This one here is Disney. So yeah, these are my Legos. I'm going to work my way around to the other side of the table. This stuff right here, I'm getting it ready for Q4. Well, Q3. Pretty much going to be sold in Q3. Here's Mickey Mouse. This is Mickey Mouse Funhouse. So these, I have a total of 11 of those. I have the Fisher Price Little People Disney Princess. I have a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. I have the Fisher Price Lincoln Squad A to Z.
Yo, we've seen those in Walmart on clearance, but they weren't low enough, and we couldn't sell Fisher Price.
Star Wars, this is the big boy, the Dark Falcon. I have 2 of those going out. I have some Frozen dolls over here. I have, who is this? This is Ariel. I have one of her. I have, these still have stickers on. I got to take the clearance stickers off of those. This is Disney Princess Bella. I have a total of 6 of those going out. And I also have Funko Pop. This is Bubba Fett. I have 4 of those. So this is my total Amazon haul that I'm prepping. The stuff that you see over here, I'm getting that together for my Walmart. That's going to be probably the next video. Or I may even do a Barbie video. I think I have a Barbie haul that I'm gonna.
This man is like the king of Barbies, bro. He is the king of Barbies. His collection and his knowledge in selling Barbie, designer Barbies, collectible Barbies is unfathomable.
Pick up tomorrow, and I'll probably do a video on that. But I just wanted to share this with you all, show you some behind the scenes of what I do to prep these packages to get them ready for Amazon warehouse. And like I say, if you want to protect your action figure, you might want to pick up this technique. These boxes, I paid 81 cents. If I buy so many from my wholesale box company, they will drop the price. So if you buy
81 cents, that's a little high for those small boxes.
25 is 81 cents. If you buy 100, they'll drop it down to 75 cents. So, I mean, really nothing to pay to protect your action figures and get it back in good shape if it doesn't sell at the fulfillment center.
You can get similar shape you can get a similar shape of those boxes at Walmart for like 50, 60 cents, something like that.
So, yeah.
Or here's a tip real quick. You could actually get free boxes from the post office, and you could get brown paper that comes on the roll. They're like 3-foot long roll, and you wrap that USPS box in that because unless you're shipping it UPS or FedEx, if you want to get by, you got to get creative. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm not saying for you to do it. I'm just telling you what I've done in the past. Do what you will with that information. Oh man. It's Buffalo showing off his haul, man. Packing up action figures. He's got a lot of them, man. He's got a lot of them. He actually, what are we doing here? Let me see. Bro, so a lot of resellers live in Florida. You guys know that Florida is the number 2 state for reselling. You know that, right? Difficult out in these streets, man. But when you're out in these streets, you know what else is difficult? Friggin' driving. And Florida probably has the worst drivers in America. Now, I come from the Northeast. I know aggressive driving. I do. And a lot of New Yorkers come down here, and some would argue and say, well, they all drive bad because they're all from up north. And they might have a point, but there's a lot of people that aren't necessarily from this country that come here, and they can't fucking drive either, right? So you have a melting pot of people in the state that just don't know how to drive, and they all settle here in Florida. So I'm interested to see if some of this can be relatable to experience, because if you live in Florida, or if you've ever been in Florida, you know that Florida has probably the worst drivers in America.
Florida drivers. Let's get into it.
Oh, look,
let's
like,
rip
what
the
do you,
Band-Aid off because
like-
I think it's finally time that some.
Like, what were they, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what was just happening? Why is this guy coming out on the on-ramp?
Somebody says what every person who has ever driven on
What are we doing?
I-4 already knows.
So I heard I-4 is up by Orlando. I'm in South Florida. I-4, I heard, is one of the worst highways in the state. Comment if you agree, or if you, because I don't know I-4. I don't travel I-4. I'm 95 Turnpike, 595.
Knows in their bones. Florida has the single most
Like, look, like, what are you
psychologically
doing?
damaged,
Like,
medically unqualified, spiritually confused.
And that's another thing. You have young drivers that are idiots. You have old people that are idiots. You have foreign people that are idiots. You have people from up north that are idiots. It's just everybody is just, they're just a bunch of idiots.
Collection of people behind the wheel of any state in this country. And I say that not to be mean. I say that as a man who has merged
what are we
onto
doing?
I-95 in Fort Lauderdale and immediately accepted that this might be where it ends. That's where Florida driving starts. That's the baseline. And here's what people from other states don't understand when they come here. They drive around for a week, rent a Toyota, go to Disney, sit in traffic for 45 minutes on I-4 and go, oh, wow, Florida drivers are bad. Listen here. You saw nothing yet. You saw the tip of the iceberg. Yes, I-4 might be the single worst road in America, but that is far from the full Florida driving experience.
Look how they cut off, and look how they stop. Like, and I'm not talking about the white truck.
The real Florida driving experience is 11 p.m. on a Wednesday in Pasco County, rain falling sideways. Someone in a lifted Ram has their high beams on and is 3 feet off your bumper, and a man on a mobility scooter is crossing the highway mid-block because there hasn't been a crosswalk built on this stretch of Route 19 since the Eisenhower administration. That's Florida. That
is Florida. That is Florida for sure.
That's where you find out what you're made of. Let me explain something about driving in Florida that I think is very important.
Why don't you stop
Florida
it, bro?
has a cast of drivers who showed up from 17 different states, 15 different countries. And
there you go. See? Bro, I'm not the only one that thinks this. This is the consensus.
And 4 different decades of driving experience. And now they're all on I-95 together, and nobody is in sync with each other.
Right.
On any given road at any given time, you have the elderly person in a Lincoln Town car going 28 miles per hour with the blinker on since Sarasota. You have the tourist in a rental Hyundai who is looking at his phone because he genuinely cannot figure out which exit is for the...
He said in a Hyundai.
outlet mall. You have the person who moved here from New York 6 months ago and drives like they're still on the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway because they are incapable of adjusting. And you have the Dominican who grew up in a place without traffic laws
or paved roads,
who is doing 94 in a construction zone and genuinely does not see the problem. None of these people should be on the road at the same time. Together, they are ungovernable. Let's talk about the elderly snowbirds because they need their own chapter. From October to April, Florida receives approximately 900,000 additional people from the north who have decided that they are going to spend the winter here and also drive here, despite not having driven anywhere meaningful since April of the previous year. These are people who spent 7 months in Connecticut or Ohio and now are on I-95 in Palm Beach County going 49 miles per hour with the left blinker on for reasons that have been lost to time. Nobody knows why the blinker is on, especially not the driver. It's just on. It's been on. And it will continue to be on until the car is sold to someone who doesn't notice it either.
Why is this video spot on accurate? Spot on accuracy.
The elderly snowbird is not malicious, and I want to be clear about that. The snowbird does not want to ruin your commute. The snowbird simply operates in a completely different dimension of time than you do. You're trying to make a left on yellow. The snowbird is not thinking about the light at all. The snowbird is thinking about something that happened in
Grandma's out for a mission, bro. The snowbird is thinking about something that happened in 1946, bro.
1987.
Yeah.
He's replaying a conversation. He's deciding right now whether he should have taken that job in Pittsburgh. He is absolutely not aware that there are 14 cars behind him, that the light has been green for 6 seconds, or that he is on the verge of having a medical event in the...
This is so true. I can't believe this video exists. This has to be the single most truthful, best video of Florida driving the world has ever seen. How many views does this have? 39,000 only 8 days ago. My God, the accuracy is scary.
Driver's seat. And then on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, you have the people from Miami, where the driving philosophy is every red light is a suggestion, every lane is optional, and speed limits are meant to be used as a starting point for a conversation you're not having with anyone.
Somebody actually said that to me. They said the speed limit in Florida is just a suggestion. We suggest you travel 70 miles an hour, which now Florida raised it to 80 miles an hour. So these are just stop signs. We suggest you stop. If you don't, you could get into an accident. So stop. But, people just barrel through stop signs, blow red lights, speed like they have jetpacks on their friggin' cars, and it's bad.
This person is doing 95 in a 65 and switching lanes without a signal because signaling would give other drivers information about their intentions, and they are not giving anyone information about their intentions. That is a strategic decision.
I have to tell you, that is 1,000% correct. And I'm going to tell you why. When I first moved to Florida, me and my wife both use blinkers traditionally because that's what we do. We're courtesy drivers. You drive in Boston, use your blinkers. There's a lot of shit, whatever, right? You use your friggin' turn signal, your blinker, your turn, whatever you want to call it, okay? In Florida, we've learned that using your turn signal simply tells the person that you want to get in front of them, and that person, they can't have it. They cannot allow you to get in front of them because then they would lose. They would lose because now you're in front of them, and God forbid they have to travel at the same speed they were previously traveling. They have to go faster. So what they'll do is you put your blinker on to get in the left lane. But here comes friggin' Henry. He wants to speed up because you got your blinker on. So what do? You just have to cut over. That's it. No information given.
They are not going to announce what they're about to do because the element of surprise is the only thing keeping this highway from total gridlock. They believe this. It is part of their philosophy of driving. If you're on I-95 in Dade County, be prepared to be passed by a tuned Honda Civic with a missing hubcap that has absolutely no business going as fast as it is. Now let me talk about I-4 because I-4 is a test. It's a test that the state of Florida has set up to determine whether you deserve to keep living. It runs 132 miles from Tampa to Daytona Beach through the middle of Orlando and is statistically the deadliest highway in the United States. And you don't have to take my word for it because the federal government took one look at the data and said, yeah, that's the one. The #1 most dangerous highway in America is the one that runs past Disney World and Universal Studios.
Wow.
Their solution to the most dangerous highway in the country is to make it a construction zone indefinitely and see if that helps. It has not helped. It has added a new category of danger on top of the existing danger, like a second layer of frosting on a cake that was already making people sick. Kids today literally have never known a version of I-4 that wasn't under construction. The Orlando stretch is its own ecosystem. You've got locals who treat this highway like the Autobahn. You've got tourists from Ohio who are doing 43 because they just saw a universal sign and they're not sure which exit is right and they need a second.
Oh, we should do a video on I-4 if it's that bad.
Got Disney cast members who are late for their shift and are driving with a...
Vinny Cuz in the building, man. Thanks for joining the stream, man. This This has to be the single greatest video I think I've ever watched on Florida Drive. This is just an amazing video. Again, I'm not familiar with I-4. I think I've only traveled it once or twice. But so far this video has been 100% accurate. So I have to take his word that this is the most dangerous stretch of land in the country.
Kind of focused desperation that you only develop from having to park 3 miles away from your job and then take a tram. And there's a section near Sanford, east of Orlando, that people call the dead zone. And I don't mean that in a fun Halloween tourism kind of way. I mean, it's a stretch of road that has killed so many people in so many crashes in so many different ways that locals have started assigning it a spiritual explanation because the structural one isn't satisfying enough. People say it's haunted, and look, I'm not saying it's haunted. But I'm also not going to be the guy who drives through the dead zone at 11 p.m. in the fog and feels confident that rationality is going to save him. I've got both hands on the wheel, and I'm not talking to anybody. Now, let me talk about I-95.
Now, there we go. I-95 is more my speed. Let's see what you're going to say about I-95.
Because I-95 through Florida is what happens when you take a highway that already runs through every major city on the East Coast and then funnel it through the state of Florida, which is its own event. I-95 through Palm Beach County is the 5th most dangerous road in the United States. We've got multiple roads in the top 10. We are punching way above our weight class in terms of highway-related mortality. The thing about I-95 in South Florida is that it doesn't really have a speed limit. It has a posted speed limit.
And they just raised it to 80 miles an hour. I mean, listen, I understand why they raised it, but I have to tell you, living in South Florida, there isn't a day that goes by that you don't hear or physically see a car accident or multiple car accidents on multiple stretches of the highway, both I-95 or I-90, which is the Florida Turnpike, all the time. But 95 is getting, especially when you get down. I found that I-95 is the worst around the Fort Lauderdale airport area and all the way down to Miami. But look, I've seen crazy accidents in Delray and Boca. I mean, you really can't, you can't discriminate on I-95. It don't matter where the hell it is. You're going to see an accident there eventually if you're here long enough.
Which is a number on a sign that people see and interpret as a floor rather than a ceiling. Yes. If you are doing 65, you are getting passed by people who are making eye contact with you through their window, and that eye contact means one thing: you are a problem. You are the problem. The speed limit is whatever the cars in front of you are doing, plus 10, because you're falling behind, and that is personally embarrassing. And the lane changes. South Florida has created an entirely new school of driving where turn signals are not used as communication tools, but as confession. You don't signal before the lane change. You signal during. After you're already half in the lane, you flick the blinker on for exactly 1 click, which is your way of saying, I know what I did. I'm not apologizing, but I know now.
It's so... Oh, man. This video is fucking great, bro.
Route 19. I need everyone to understand that Route 19 through Pasco County and Pinellas County is not simply a bad road. It is the most dangerous road for pedestrians in the United States.
Now, I don't know about, this is another highway, I'm not sure. Pinellas County, I think, is West Coast, maybe? Vinny Cuz is a native Floridian, man. He would know more than me, but I think Pinellas County is West Coast, maybe? Northern West Coast, maybe?
Officially documented.
Oh, there we go, Tampa.
Dateline NBC did a whole thing about it, and we just kept using it. People are crossing 6 to 8 lanes of 60-mile-per-hour traffic with no crosswalk because there isn't one for 2 miles down the road, because this road was designed at a time when the assumption was that nobody who lives near it would ever need to walk anywhere. It's the kind of road where you look at it from above on Google Maps and it's just 6 lanes, strip malls, parking lots, a Walmart, a payday loan place, another Walmart, and you think, what human experience was this designed to support? What was the vision here?
Well, the thing is, why is there a crosswalk every 2 miles? And if they did build things around there for people to walk or need to cross, how much does it cost just to lay down a goddamn crosswalk with a couple of lights there that will signal if somebody needs to cross? They hit the button, it starts flashing, or it turns red, right? Put a light there. Put a light that's always green, and when somebody has to cross, they click it, it'll go from green to yellow to red, and then you get a walk. Boom. And then you walk. And then it'll turn green forever again until somebody has to cross again. What is the problem with that?
The vision was you drive. That's it. Forever. And if you need to cross the road on foot, that's on you. Good luck. There's actually a bumper sticker that used to circulate.
Did it say Dr. Karen? Let's see. Leisure.com. Where do you see Dr. Karen? Let me see.
This road was designed at a time when the assumption was that nobody who lives near it would ever need to walk anywhere. It's the kind of road where you look at it from above on Google Maps and it's just 6 lanes, Walmart, and you think...
Right there. 866 Dr. Karen. This ties right into our last couple of videos with the Karens, bro. See? It's all connected, man. It's all connected.
Think, what human experience was this designed to support? What was the vision here? The vision was you drive. That's it. Forever. And if you need to cross the road on foot, that's on you. Good luck. There's actually a bumper sticker that used to circulate in Pinellas County that said, "Pray for me, I drive US 19. And that's not a joke.
God, man.
And let me also talk about the rain situation,
wild.
because people from out of state genuinely do not understand what rain means in Florida. Up north, when it rains, people slow down a little. They turn their lights on. They give it a little more space.
Well, they turn their lights on, but they don't put on their hazards up north. That's definitely a Florida thing.
In Florida, when it rains, 2 things happen simultaneously. A third of drivers completely stop. They put the hazards on. They pull to the shoulder.
Yeah.
They treat a summer afternoon thunderstorm like it's the end of all things, like God personally called them and said, "Not today." And then the other 2/3 of Florida drivers see the rain as an exciting variable. They speed up. They feel like the rain is just making things interesting.
And I'll tell you right now, the very first lesson I learned about rain in Florida, up in Massachusetts, right, they make most of the roads with a pitch, right? Almost every road, especially the highways, that has a very slight pitch. So the middle of the highway is the highest point, right? So if you have left and north and south, east and west lanes, in between that's going to be the highest point. And then there's a slight pitch. So when the water falls, the rain runs to the side of the roads or the highways so it doesn't puddle or pool. Not in Florida. Everything is flat here, including the damn roads. And what happens to flat roads when it rains really hard? Puddling really happens. And you really have to be careful in Florida during bad rainstorms or rain in general, because it only takes once, man. You're losing control.
It is raining so hard that you cannot see the lines on the road, and there's a Dodge Charger 2 feet off your bumper with music playing so loud you can feel it through your seat cushion. These 2 groups of people, the full stops and the absolutely nots, coexist on the same highway during every single storm. And it rains in Florida approximately every afternoon from June through October, like clockwork. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the sky opens up and the highway becomes a live experiment in how differently people process danger. Parking in Florida even deserves its own conversation, because in Florida, the parking lot can be a war zone. Every strip mall in this state has a parking lot that was designed by someone who was clearly paid by the hour and lost interest somewhere around the 3rd row. The lanes don't go anywhere. The exit is a one-way that half the cars are going the wrong direction in. There's a handicap spot that someone...
You know, when people park like that, and look, to be honest with you, it's not just a Florida thing. I think it just happens more often in Florida because you got the elderly and all that other shit, right? But when you park like that, you get out of your car, and if you notice you parked like that, then you really are sending a message saying, fuck you, you don't matter to me, I don't give a shit, I'm going to do what I want. That's what that says.
One has been sitting in with the car running for 20 minutes, not disabled, not.
Now look at that. That's fucked up. That is ignorant right there. That is just pure ignorance.
Leaving, just existing in the space, fully committed to staying exactly where they are for no reason that can be explained to an outside observer. And then there are the golf carts. If you've never driven a Florida retirement community or just outside of one, you don't know about the golf carts on public roads.
Now, there is a law, though, with golf carts. Golf carts can travel on any road that has a speed limit up to 35 miles an hour. You can't take a golf cart, or you're not supposed to take a golf cart on roads that have a speed limit above 35 miles an hour. But people do. And when they do, bad shit can happen.
Any number of places in this state have decided that the golf cart is a legitimate form of transportation on public roads, and they are not wrong. In many areas, it's legal.
Like, why are you driving that cart on that roadway? That roadway is clearly more than 35 miles an hour. That's probably a 45 to 55 mile an hour road, and you decided to take your fucking 30 mile an hour capped max golf cart on the damn road.
But that does not make it any less alarming when you come around a bend.
Whoa, golf carts now allowed to cross. Oh, now allowed to cross US 19. I thought that said cruise. I'm like, bro.
Bend on a 45 mile per hour road, and there's a man in a visor doing 19 miles per hour in a golf cart with a small Florida.
Why a visor, man? Leave the visors alone.
A flag on the back, completely at peace. Completely unafraid. He has been driving this golf cart down this road for 11 years. He knows every pothole. He is not scared of you. He is not scared of anything. That's Florida driving. It's not one type of person. It's the most comprehensive collection of driving personalities, driving abilities, and driving philosophies ever assembled on a series of roads that are also the most statistically dangerous in the country. It's an 85-year-old snowbird going 23 in a Lincoln Continental and a 26-year-old guy in a blacked-out Camaro going 105. And they are both on I-4 right now at the same time, and neither of them is thinking about the other. It's rain every afternoon and fog every morning, and construction that has been ongoing since the Obama administration, and a pedestrian crossing Route 19 on faith alone. God bless this state, genuinely.
Oh my God, man. That was probably one of the greatest videos I subscribed and I definitely liked. It's called Florida Uncovered. We'll have to check out more of their videos another time, but I'm definitely interested in this this channel. I'm gonna have to definitely check it out. That was a great video, and 100% accurate. It was accurate by 100%. Holy shit, that was wild, man. That was wild. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Going back, we haven't visited, what is it? The Trapper. Amazon Trapper.
Another day in the trap, man.
Another day in the trap. My man said another day in the trap. Let's check it out, man. Let's see what the hell he's been up to, man, because we haven't seen much of his stuff in a while. Amazon Trapper, the skill that actually makes you money in Amazon FBA. Amazon FBA 2026. A great title, probably like created by vidIQ or TubeBuddy. I don't know, man. Last time we watched his video, he was giving some real bad shipping advice, and we disagreed wholeheartedly on almost everything he was saying. So let's see what happens. We're going to put this on all, let me see, 1.25. Let's see what he says, man.
Another day in the trap, man. Ain't been over here in a minute. Rest in peace to Sicklerville Grocery Outlet. They shut it down, so now we across the bridge. We in PA over here about to fuck with my boy Mo. Let's get it.
Now, I would love to go to a grocery outlet, but there's none near me. There are no grocery outlets near me.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we actually found these in Ollie's the other day, but today we're in grocery outlet and they have them for $1 cheaper, right? If I pull up Seller app, I can see that these Lipton one.
See? See, my man is actually showing numbers now. That was a big problem I had on his videos. He wasn't showing numbers. I like this, though.
100-pack tea bags is selling for $3 in the store, but
okay, hold on. $3 in the store. Let's break it down. Let's break this down. Cost price, sale price, $11.95. So he's planning on, according to this, he's planning on selling this for $11.95. How do I know that? Because you have to input the sale price and the cost price yourself. So he put those numbers in, okay? Good product, 1%, 200 plus a month. Max cost wants you at $3.67. He's paying $2.99. He's paying $3, okay? So he put $3 in. It says his profit is $2.68. Okay? $2.68. This is via FBA, right? What are the fees? Bro, even if you sold, that's not a good buy. It's just not a good buy. $2.68. You have to pay, if you're shipping this to Amazon FBA, you have to put placement fees and you have to pay for the damn shipping. There's no way you're even making close to that, bro. You might not even make $1. You're probably going to make around 60 cents. Is it worth it for 60 cents? He'll probably tell you it is. Man, he better explain if it's FBM or if he's doing FBA, because I see all offers and all those offers say FBA. So, I don't know. Not off to a good start here.
selling for $12 online, right? Every time you sell one of these teas, you're going to get $2.68 profit.
No, the fuck you're not. You're not going to make $2.68 profit. You're not.
And 90% ROI. So right now, I don't have my truck. I have no room in my Benz to carry all this shit.
That means, that translates to, I know this is a bad fucking buy and I'm recording a video, so I'm just going to say I ain't got enough room to take all this.
So I'm putting together a shopping list, text the owner, he's going to put everything in the bag for me, we're going to come back and pick it up. But this is a hitter right there. And
how could you, yo, I'm telling, this is why I come back to Amazon, because I can't, these fucking Amazon sellers don't know what they're doing. How are you going to say that's, you just said this is a hitter right here. Like this was like some kind of like $10, $12, $20 profitable item. $2.68, and you have to ship it in and play. It is not a hitter. It's a trash, and that's why you're not buying it on film. That's why you're not buying it in front of the camera, and you're just talking shit right now.
The expiration says 2028.
Bro, really?
So we got years.
Bro, really? He's really going on about $2.68 trash
like these,
item,
right?
bro. Okay, let's see the next one.
I had to take a break. I had to take a mental break. You know? Sometimes you have to take a break.
You're going to spend $3 to make less than 60 cents, 70 cents? Let me know, man. Ain't no way.
What's new?
Not much, man.
Same old?
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the other grocery outlet stores, huh?
Yeah.
What happened?
I kicked their asses. If you need help, let me know.
All right, I will. All right, thank you. Choo.
It's cutthroat out here.
It's a cold world, man. Oh, shit.
My man needs a haircut, son.
That you like, the Irish cream. When we was in Bali, you was like, bro, you know what I could go for? An Irish cream Oreo. Yeah, because these is 58% ROI.
All right, let's dissect it. First of all, top 3%, 76K BSR. Not bad. We like to stay in the top 3% of any given category. 200 plus a month. Max cost $1.94. Profit $1.45. He said he's going to buy them for $2.50 and sell them for $11. Another trash. Number one, Amazon's on this listing. Number one. Number two, even your own profit percentage, your BSR, and your max costs are all in the red. If he says he's gonna buy this, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. It's just it's a lot of fucking.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
He just said it's not bad, bro. I'm so glad I watched this, bro, and I hope I reach so many people watching this to not take this advice. This is trash numbers.
Look, I'm gonna tell you why it's not bad. Amazon only has one in stock, and then it sells.
No. Amazon does not just have one in stock. See, this is where experience trumps these youngsters, man. Yo, these young bloods, bro, I swear to God. No. It says 1+. That doesn't mean Amazon only has one in stock. That means Amazon's trying to deceive you. They have 1+. The only way you might be able to see that is if you went to the consumer side of Amazon and looked it up. When it says 1+, that means Amazon doesn't want to tell you they have like 10,000 in stock. Amazon has one. What the fuck are we watching right now?
For $11. Although it's only a 154 profit, it's still 58% ROI.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Which is not bad. Selling 200.
Fucking blood pressure's getting up.
And if I look at the offer count on Seller App, I can see that it's fluctuating. And this is actually moving, bro. Look at that. People.
He said, if we look at it, it's fluctuating. Fucking trash. You're poop. Booty cheek items, bro. These are buns.
I was buying and buying. Oh shit. These are the other Oreos you like. The party pack. I remember you said you liked these one day.
Matter of fact, I rarely do this. I rarely do it.
When we was in Bali, you was like, yo, you know what I could go for? A honey mustard Pringle. Oh, okay. 50-50. Oh, okay, hold up. You're gonna lose a lot of money you sell those, big bro.
Why? You're gonna lose some money with anything you've scanned so far.
Because it only sells for $7. It only sells for $7. It costs $2. It's gonna cost you $4 to ship. Add it up. Muffin bars.
Okay, listen. He just said something. He said it's gonna cost you $4 to ship. Even if he was including shipping, which he's not showing or saying, right? Even if he was doing that, you still have to pay placement fees. You still have to pay placement fees. And your items a lot of times don't have a static price. Like shit was red.
If Amazon wasn't in stock on these,
like your own app was in fucking red, telling you no, don't buy these.
Amazon is getting 100% of the buy box, so I wouldn't even mess with them on this. Because if Amazon has 100% of the buy box, you're not gonna get no sales.
Smartest thing he said all video so far.
What if just another Amazon seller has 100% of the buy box?
If anyone has 100%, I wouldn't risk it.
Correct.
Because that means that they're getting 100% of the sales.
Correct.
Oh, bro.
It's like 1 + 1 = 2 or something. What the fuck?
The bars you like, peanut butter and jelly. When we was in the Swiss Alps, you was eating peanut butter and jelly
99 cents.
These are candies you like, right? He's not selling. All right, so, here's a little lesson for y'all, right?
I love when people try to teach you lessons.
Amazon, when you sell it on Amazon, right? Now you scan a product, price is good, it's profitable, right? We got $225 profit, 45% ROI. Then you see the estimated sales per month says 11+, and then you see the V. What does that mean? That basically means that this product is a variation.
All right, he's right. Top 2%, 11+ a month, max cost $517. He's gonna pay $5, profit $225. The thing is, how could he really be including the shipping in this? I don't think he is, because the break even is $11.55. So that means he cannot sell it for less than $11.55 to break even. I can promise you that with fees and everything else, if you buy that for $5 and you sell it for $11.55, you're not making $2.25 profit. You're not. And you want to know why? How else I know that he's not incorporating shipping into these prices is because look at the bottom where it has the 2 FBA offers. Those 2 FBA offers are not included shipping. They're just including with fees the price. And look at the price is almost identical. Well, actually, it is identical. $13.99 2.25 profit. Those two sellers aren't including, you're not looking at their shipping costs because everybody's shipping is variable depending on where they live, the country, all that other stuff, right? You don't really know what your shipping is going to be via FBA. You'd have to estimate it. So he's not including shipping in these numbers. These are booty cheek numbers, bro. Booty cheeks, bro.
If I click on this, it will show you this listing has 5 variations.
Pissing me
meaning
off,
it might have
bro.
different flavors, different sizes, different quantities, whatever. But when it says that there's 11 plus sales, it's across all 5 variations.
Yes,
which means
that is correct.
if you divided those 5 variations and this 11 sales a month, don't get tricked on these listings. You see it, you think you might can sell it. Just know that it's probably not moving, right? Because first of all, 11 sales on one variation is trash, and when you split it across 5, it's even more trash.
True.
So don't go outside.
True.
Looks like a fire niche like high quality chip product. Shit selling for $25 on Amazon, but it's only moving once a month. If you're buying a bag of chips for $25, credit card. Let me see that info.
But didn't you already seen it sold one time a month?
Yeah, but what I'm looking for basically right now on my Amazon buying app is if they have any other variation.
He just said, the Amazon buying app. Okay. I thought he meant to say seller app, but this is what I called earlier the consumer app.
Or flavors that are selling good, because when I'm in here I see they got the spicy dill pickle, smoking barbecue, all natural.
Shout out to the spicy dill pickle gang too. It's a great flavor,
etc., etc. So sometimes there's bundles and different things that might make sense. These actually probably might hit. I'm not gonna lie. Might have to take them home to the crib. Oh shit, you like these, right? See, I could just see on here that these chips ain't selling shit.
How?
Because, right, like, if I were to, all right, so first of all, I see all these flavors right here. But if it was selling good, it would have reviews, and it would, like 3K bought in the last month, right? On the noodles, yeah, the noodles are selling. 6K bought in the last month. These noodles, 1K bought in the last month. These noodles, 500 bought in the last month. These chips, they don't even mention nothing, so.
Because those chips just came out. Bulldog just released potato chips, like, a few months ago. Those literally just came out like 3 to 5 months ago. That's why. It doesn't mean they don't sell. It just means that there's not enough sales to acquire a review. Because they're new. It's a new product.
I'm going to just assume that shit is not moving. Pretzels. Same shit with this. Like, when I'm just using my Amazon app, just to kind of see, I see a bunch of different flavors. I want to just check the variations off the rip. I don't want to just scan them one by one on Seller for this specific part. But, I can see 3 reviews, the 3-pack, this one. All right, so now I'm going to pull out my Seller amp, right? And I'm going to get the ASIN from this.
What did you see?
It has a lot of reviews. So a lot of reviews usually means that, it has a lot of sales historically. All right, now on here I can see it has a high sales rank, which is not good. But we're going to pull this up on Seller amp just in case and check it out.
Man have the audacity to talk about high sales rank when he's buying shit for $2 profit, and it's not really $2 profit.
Looks like this might have had some, good sales in the past, but for whatever reason it just slowed down. So this is a 33% ROI. I lied.
Jeez, you lied.
Knowledge. I lied. At $17.75 it was 30%, but at the current buy box price of $16.88. It's only 19%, and
so he'll buy things for $2.68 profit, but he doesn't want to pull it for $1.14.
every time you sell 3 bags of these chips, you make $1.15. Not really worth the hassle, in my opinion. Oh, now don't say you don't fuck with these, twin. This your shit.
What is up with people not knowing the English language, bro? What?
It's definitely not selling.
200 times a month.
Oh.
Bro, if I sold these on Amazon, you would be my main customer. It's just not profitable, bro. Like, if it's selling for fucking $6, like, P-Joys, no motion. Oh, I know you like these. Bro, half the stuff that we be finding in these stores, this guy.
Motion. No motion.
Guy behind the camera be buying it. He's just a snacker, bro.
I'll be hungry.
He's just a snacker, bro.
Peanut chocolate spread? Don't you hate that combo or something?
I hate that combo. Like, it really drives me nuts. Like, it really, really pisses me off.
Wow.
Because it just sucks. This Joker is selling it for $7.69, but when he sells out, you know the price will go to $9.99.
Now that's a one. That's somebody who has one in stock. Seller fulfilled. So they're selling that seller fulfilled, not even FBA. And then it goes up to $9.99. So he's making almost $3 profit. That's still top 5%, bro. It's still top 5% with somebody selling it at $7.69. I don't know. I know it's $1. You're not gonna make much more than that when you get your return. Your return is not gonna be $2.93.
We got $293 profit. We got 293% ROI. 400 sales a month, bro. This is not bad. Only thing you gotta be careful with is when you're shipping it out. You just gotta put some peanuts and bubble wrap in the box.
Yo, I thought that shit was a Pokemon ETB, bro.
This is getting good sales per month, about 50 plus per month, but unfortunately it's not profitable at this.
Imagine being an Amazon reseller and putting these products up and telling people, yeah, bro, this is what I'm buying, twin. This is what I'm buying, gang. Look at this, $2.23 profit, gang. Yeah, twin. We making hella money. What the fuck?
It's buy cost because it's selling for so cheap. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you remember when I went on a black when I was selling this shit?
Yeah.
Bro, I was driving all over the tri-state, bro, trying to find this pumpkin spice coffee.
Wait,
that shit was gone. We sold that. We've sold that. We sold the K cups. That's the ground coffee. That's that Black Rifle company, I believe. That flew. That was a good seller.
Exact one.
I think it was a different brand, but that shit was moving, bro. People love pumpkin spice, but this is just not profitable. Make literally 4 cents if I were to sell this coffee right now. This is the type of thing that in the fall do numbers. If that's the case, I actually used to sell these, bro. I don't know if you remember, but I was getting these at Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, shit like that, selling them in a 2-pack. Right now, they're still going on Amazon for about $26. I'll get 2 of them for $10, and it's a $7.73 profit. And this is such an easy FBM or FBA item because it's so light and small,
light,
and it sells for pretty high of a ticket.
Now hold on. Now look at this. That's a good product. That's a decent product. I like my profit to be $10 plus. This is a good product. Top 1%, $29.25 plus basically $3,000 a month sell. The max cost is going to be $12.66. It's a 2-pack. He's saying he can get them for $10, and he's going to sell them for $25.95. Now, profit's $7.73. After fees and shipping into Amazon, he's probably taking home about $4 or $5. That's not bad. But look at the second seller there. 30 plus, which means Amazon's not telling you exactly how much this seller has. There is a trick on how to find out how many a seller has, and you have to do it on the consumer app, and I've shared it on some of my videos, but this is a decent product. It's not something that I would pick up because the profit is not there, and I'd be afraid of trying to compete with that guy at $28.98. Your profit's going to go up to like $10, right? And after shipping and placement fees, it's going to be around $7-8 profit. Now you're getting up to some pretty decent numbers. But again, that 30 plus, man, there is a trick on how you can find out how many a seller has.
FBM or FBA item because it's so light and small.
Now, if I saw those all FBM, I would 100,000% send those in FBA because I want the advantage of being geographically placed where I can have the advantage over the sale over these FBM sellers because there's no FBA there.
And it sells for pretty high of a ticket. I ran out my first 20 racks on Amazon. I'm selling
Hey! The Bearded Bargainaire 6298 Joining for 1 month. Appreciate that. Thank you. I think that was my first one since we've been streaming. Appreciate that. I love that Mega Man joint. Let's go.
So anytime I see a little milk, you know I'm gonna scan that shit. Bro, I was getting each one for $1. I was selling the 6-pack for like $34, bro. I was making like almost $20 profit off that after shipping. And then I was selling the 12-pack from anywhere from like 70 to like 80 plus, getting them for $1 each. And I was making like 40, 50 profit off that shit. Just depending on, you know, the price fluctuated a little bit depending on the competition. But yeah, I was fucking racking up off that shit. There's probably a picture on my...
Jose Carlos Gomez Oleata, the building Hustleholics for life. You already know, baby. Let's go.
Knowledge. Instagram, where I had all those USPS boxes stacked up. Like
The bearded bargainer joining the Hustleholics. Let's go.
6-pack of these is selling for $20. Buy cost would be $12, so that's not gonna work.
What's a good rule of thumb for like how much it costs and how much it sells?
If you can sell it for over double what it costs, then it's probably profitable. So for example, if it costs you $7 to buy it, but it's selling for like 20-ish, there's probably like a good 40-ish% ROI in there. But in this case, this costs $2 and it's selling for $18 online. 200 plus sales a month.
Let's break it down again. Top 1%, we like it. 200 plus a month. Max cost $5.34. He's going to buy it for $2. Profit $5.48, which is going to go down to about $3. Look at the sellers. Now you have, let me see, seller fulfilled. What would you call that? 18, 49. It's just not worth it to me. It's just not worth it. But I mean, listen, I get it. This is what happens with grocery items a lot of times. I get it. Like in the grocery, margins are going to be thinner. But bro, I mean, you're gonna be working hard for like that says 30% profit. That's nowhere near 30% cost. Whoa, all these sounds, bro. The bearded bargainer.
Have a coffee on me.
Have a coffee on me, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you, good sir. Appreciate that super chat, homie. Much love. I mean, with the Starbucks prices, we're gonna need it. Jeez.
This is a banger, and it probably tastes good as fuck. Made for bartenders, yeah. Like shit like this, bro. I know that there's a bar somewhere who uses this. Raspberry is going for 15. Passion fruit's going for 18. So let's get the ASIN. Okay. So I scanned this on Seller app. It didn't come up, so you guys know the trick. We're going to image scan it on Amazon app. Go down.
Bro.
Get the ASIN right from here.
I feel bad. It's just that, like,
beautiful.
Like, how many people? This has only 481 views. I mean, it deserves to only have 481 views because nobody should be listening to this. Nobody should be taking advice like this.
See why? Right now, paste that baby in there. Loads up on Seller app. Boom. $2 buy cost. $18 buy box. So you know there's no cap on here. $5.48 profit.
All right, one more time. Let's see, 1%.
274% ROI every time it sells.
Imagine looking at this and then looking at the camera and being like, yeah, 245% ROI, whatever you just said. Like, actually believing that. And then actually watching the person that's watching this believe that. Nah, man.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Times 2, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 units in stock. I just want to show you guys, off 28 units, that's $153. Guaranteed. That is.
Never, and I mean never, use the word guarantee when you're selling or in business in general. That is a falsehood. Never use the word guarantee.
Knowledge. Just sitting right here off just this juice. 22K rank, 200 plus sales a month. It's definitely going to go. Let's count these 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. We got 14 of the raspberries. So if I scroll down here to the variations tab, click on the raspberry, then we see that the raspberry is selling for $14.39. And what we say we had 14 units of this one, that's $50. So $200 just sitting right here just on these juices. $200 free money sitting on the shelf. Definitely letting Mo know that I need all of those and probably some more of these because those shits is, this shit looks good. Not even gonna lie. 50% juice, 50% water. I can see this going in a little 6-pack or something. 1-pack going for $5.65, 2-pack going for $11.30 with
2-pack.
cap sales per month. Iced tea, this that good shit, bro. If you grew up broke, you had some iced tea mix, bro. This shit, honestly, it rivals real iced tea if we talking flavor wise, and like smackability, like this shit rivals real tea. Like I might take a cup of this ice cold over a cup of like real tea, depending on like how it feels. A lot of sugar in it though, but okay. We got a $1 buy cost on here, but these are selling for 10.
Love dollar items, but he already ruined it and said they're selling for 10. So let's see if he's gonna make $2.36.
40 online, but this gotta be cap.
What makes it look cap?
I mean, the BSR is 300K, and it says it sells 2,000 times a month, and the offer count line is not moving at all.
How is that possible that the...
I don't know. It says Whole Foods is the main seller of this shit, but let's see if there's a different variation that comes in like a 6-pack or... Okay, yeah, so right here, oh, looks like we have an 8-pack that sells 300 times a month for $37, which this is the type of shit that I love. 5K rank. Yeah, I got a good feeling about this one, boys.
Yo, that phone is questionable. Is that phone like a burner? Is that like the Samsung Galaxy like 4? What is that? That phone, is that like a track phone? I'm trying to see. Is that like that's not an iPhone, right? Because the iPhone, is that an iPhone? No, iPhone has the friggin' the bangs. That's a Samsung phone, right? Like an old Samsung phone. That shit's like a trap phone, bro.
$1 buy cost, $37 sale price, $16 profit. But hold on, the brand is the only one selling it, so they probably got their shit locked down. But that's why. Would have been fire. But a listing like this, you're probably not gonna be able to sell it. If I could sell it, I probably would already be.
Is that a Google Pixel? I don't buy Google phones. Okay, so at least he's up to date with that. It looked like a track phone for a minute there. Like, remember when Samsung Galaxy phones had their phones and they had that oval on the top? Samsung Galaxy phones had similar cutouts like that back in the day, though. Google Pixel's decent. I can't crack on the Google Pixel, man. I mean, look, it's no Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, but you know, it does the trick. It's a decent phone, from what I hear.
It would probably say that I would be on it. And when we look at the buy box, we can see that the brand is the only one on there. So don't go outside, bro. Don't buy some shit.
I said that shit's the trap phone, bro. That shit is the trap phone.
I think you can sell it just because, you know, the profit is good.
Ah, you saw the back of it. Okay. This dude talking a lot of shit, bro. He's just talking a lot of shit. Eric, make sure you pay attention, bro. Oh, we paying attention, bro.
So these are selling, but there's not enough profit in there to make any money. So.
And look, here's the thing. Don't get it twisted. I want to like Amazon Trapper. I respect what he does. He's out in the field. Like, he means well, right? He's doing what a lot of people don't do. Go out there, you put yourself out there, but he's just not showing and telling the truth. It's like similar to Find It, Fake It. You know what I mean? Like, tell the damn truth, bro. At least mention it. Like, you never mention it. You're just doing it for clicks and views. And he does have a Discord, and I don't know if he sells a course, but he definitely sells information. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're doing this.
Ain't gonna work. It's the same brand that was selling those yogurt bites. Sometimes, you know, when it comes to the brands, some stuff you will be able to sell, some stuff you won't be able to sell. So it's good to just try and scan a bunch of stuff because you really ain't going to know until you scan it. 4-pack, 8-pack. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So this really would be 4. Okay. So based off the quantities, this is 4 4-packs. An 8-pack of 4 4-packs, or you could do a 4-pack of, or you could do 4 8-packs. Will equal the same amount. So get the ASIN for the multi-pack on here, and this will be $20 buy cost.
Wait, is that math? I'm not gonna go back and listen, but that maths, right? I know my math is out there. Will confirm.
This would have to be FBM. Nope. margins don't make sense, and same situation. The brand, it has like 95%, so that's cooked. What's the chance that they're actually putting tuna and crab in this?
You don't trust it?
Bro, this shit is about to make me throw up.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I agree, man. How can you trust tuna and crab that's not refrigerated? It's in a bag. And I know tuna comes in a can, but that can is sealed airtight, and that bag is probably airtight too. But it's just like when you see cheese on a shelf, like grated cheese that's sitting on a store shelf, like cheese, like actual cheese should be refrigerated. Like, I stopped buying grated cheese off the shelf, and I buy the triangle of the Parmesan. I grate it myself, but guess what? That block of cheese is refrigerated. It's cheese. I don't know. I can't trust shit that's not refrigerated. That should be refrigerated.
Would you eat this? How much money would you have to give? Would you have to be given right now to eat this? Like, what's like the no-brainer amount? Somebody's like, all right, I'll give you this amount.
10K.
10K?
Yes.
And you're eating this?
Yeah. You're not eating that for 10K.
Fuck.
I mean, listen, I'm shit. I'll eat it for $100, but you know.
No, boy, you're gonna throw up.
It'll take you 1 minute to eat that.
Yeah, all right. Shit gonna take you all day to get this shit out your system.
Oh shit, is that pet food, bro? That shit is pet food. That's why. Oh no, we ain't eating it. I thought it was just like those tuna snacks, bro. I thought it was just like those, you know, those bagged tuna things. I didn't know it was pet food. Now, pet food, 10K, I'm eating it. 10K? Come on, you ain't eating pet food for 10K? Get out of here. Of course you are.
I think the no-brainer amount for me would probably be like 150K.
150.
Like if Elon Musk was like, just wanted to have a laugh, hey, give me 150K, Elon, I'll eat that shit right now. I don't think I could go for less than that, though, bro.
149.
Yeah, I'll do it. But that's the lowest. I love these, bro. This is a good candy. You ever had this? Caramellos, just in general.
Chocolate and caramel, that's valid, bro.
Such a good. Hell yeah, this shit good. This shit good as fuck. 14.50. Yeah, this is good, bro. Yeah, bro. Like,
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just not buying the shit. Just not buying it.
Motherfucker gonna pay that for this. I'll FBM this motherfucker. $4 shipping. You see what I'm saying? $2.99 profit, bro. 74% ROI. These is flying 400 times a month. This is actually good. Like, I will order these. I might get these. All right, so I kind of got my shopping list together of all the products that I want to come back and pick up next week with my truck. So I'm gonna put this together, send it to Mo. If you know, you know. If you don't, but I'm gonna send my list to Mo. But that's gonna wrap this episode up. You know what I mean?
Oh, we know, bro. Oh, we know. I'm at a loss for words, bro. I really am. I'm at a loss for words. How do you get on the internet and actually say that's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't get it. It should be illegal. It should be illegal, bro. It should be. Speaking of illegal, I've been looking at these webcam, like police webcam videos. Dude, some of these things are crazy. Some of these videos are actually crazy. And you know what's even crazier? Is that people have asked for webcams for what do you call body cams? They've asked for body cameras, and now when they have the body cameras, now all of a sudden it's invading people. The same people that wanted body cameras all of a sudden don't want body cameras. Check this out, man. You know I don't watch these videos in advance. I have no idea what this video is about, but the title alone has intrigued me to watch this video. It's a quick video. It's not long. It says, teen uses AI to do the unthinkable. I mean, this could be wrong on so many different levels. I have no idea what this could be. No idea. But we're going to find out.
Ocala Police Department search warrant!
Florida, by the way. Ocala, Florida.
Keep your hands up and come outside. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Who else is in the
My
house?
son. Do you have any idea what this could be about? It's something online or something?
What was it? What email?
It was myuncletouchedmywiener@gmail.com.
God. My uncle touched my wiener at gmail.com. Oh, is that code, bro? Oh, this is gonna be straight up weird, bro. Jose Carlos Gomez Oleata says bring the head cam back in the build. Yeah, we should bring the head cam back. We were using the head cam for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
These kids.
Following an unthinkable discovery, SWAT descends in overwhelming force on the home of an unsuspecting teenager, quickly exposing his damning secret.
I literally have a shirt in my room that says, kill your local pedophile, because I don't like that.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now.
These are so
Please note that
wild,
all persons charged with a crime are
These
presumed innocent
videos are
unless
so
and until...
wild. Hold on. Sometimes it gets really loud. It cracks. So let me just lower the volume a little bit.
proven guilty in a court of law. In April 2025, the Ocala Police Department investigated a cyber tip that included 50 media files, allegedly containing child abuse material. After confirming the tip, a detective tracked down the source of the files to the home of 19-year-old David Edgar Joseph Rudder.
I mean, the guy looks crazy. I mean, he looks nuts. But he might be the victim here. I don't know.
Breakers up, knock in the house. Give me a good knock in the house.
At 19, you're not a teen. Though. You're not a teen at 19, though, right? You're an adult. Considered an adult.
Search warrant! Let's get it. Come to the front door.
You want to go?
Front door. Hold on, open. Come out. Come to the front door.
Damn, they locked and loaded, bro.
Keep your hands up and come outside. What the hell for? What are you doing? What are you doing? Give me a debrief. What are you doing?
Who else is in the house? Who else is in the house?
Son.
Come out, come out. Who else is in the house?
No one.
Any weapons in there?
No.
All right.
What is that? What is going on? Somebody needs
There's a
to tell
search
me.
warrant for your residence, sir.
Huh?
There's a search warrant for
A
your
search
residence.
warrant?
Yes,
For
sir.
what?
We'll explain to you in a second, all right?
Yes, it's like immigration or something you see on TV. Is that what this is?
Ooh,
You guys
Jesus.
are acting like I'm some kind of threat to the country or something.
Because it's officer safety.
Huh?
It's officer safety, okay?
Oh, for safety? You guys act like we're some kind of terrorist.
I wonder if the father has no idea and that 19-year-old was doing something bad with some young... I don't know, man. This shit's crazy.
Baby, what the hell is going on? Well, I'm getting swatted. What's swatting?
An illegal and often dangerous prank. Swatting involves the use of a hoax emergency call to send SWAT teams to the homes of online personalities, like streamers, as a form of harassment. Unfortunately for David, this is no prank.
Do you have any idea what this could be about? Something? Did you do something online or something?
Detective Bland is going to... Every question you have, she'll have an answer for you, okay?
Well, how about let's get to it?
She's pulling her car up right now. She's going to get you out of cuffs and talk to you, okay?
Forensic detectives begin locating devices inside the Rudder household to confirm the origin of the child abuse material.
Oh my
Meanwhile,
God,
David's father finally learns about the horrifying details of the investigation that led officers to his doorstep.
So I investigate what's called internet crimes against children. And I received a tip that ultimately led me to your residence regarding the possession of what we refer to as child abuse material, also known as child
Oh,
any child abuse material on any devices inside your home.
Oh, you are cooked, bro. I bet you it's the 19-year-old. It's always the people with the colored hair, bro. It's always the blue and purple-haired fucking people. The fucking weirdos. Now, maybe I'll eat my words and maybe it is the dad. I don't know. But history tells you. History tells you.
No, nothing with child. I mean,
Okay.
I watch. Never, who doesn't?
Sure.
But never, nothing with kids.
I love how casually he was. I've watched porn. You know, who doesn't? You know? Jeez.
Okay.
Like that.
Ultimately, the initial tip came in from that address with your son's name, date of birth, and like I stated, the
he looks, and I don't care about stereotypes, bro. He looks like a fucking diddler. He looks like a weirdo. And when you look like a weirdo, you have to call weirdos out. Period. Period.
The child abuse material, those images were coming from your IP address.
What was it? What email?
It was myuncletouchedmywiener@gmail.com.
These kids.
Yeah. And and you've never seen anything on his device or anything like that was concerning of any nature?
Never. I mean, he sleeps most of the day.
Does he? Okay. Because I'll be honest with you, obviously all of it's bad. This material is all under the age of 9.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Gross, man. As a dad of 2 bro, that is deplorably disgusting. If that's even, that's horrible.
It's pretty significant. There's a lot of it.
And why would you need, even if he's looking at kitty or something like that, why would you need to roll up with all those cars?
Like I said, that's our agency protocol. It's what we do.
Can't people put stuff on your, like, people's internet and stuff? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, see, now he's going into defense mode because he just can't believe that his son did some trash like that. But look at your son, bro. Like, the warning signs were there. Like, the warning signs were there. He was not mentally there. I don't understand why people, like...
It's a mistake.
While his father remains convinced it's all just a misunderstanding, David offers his own explanation for how such material could have ended up on the devices he uses.
What kind of cell phone do you have?
iPhone.
Is it password protected?
It is.
What is that password?
Do I have to give that to you?
You don't have to give it to me. Kind of like I explained to your dad, ultimately today we're here, we're going to seize all electronic devices. We're going to examine those devices. The longer we're here, the longer it takes to get in, the longer we're here.
I mean, I have pictures of myself in them.
Okay.
Naked.
And we're not looking for that,
it's
so.
just embarrassing.
Ultimately, it's completely up to you.
Okay. It's just...
Because he's sending the D. He's sending D pics, bro.
Okay. Makes it easier to remember, right?
Yeah.
And I've received actually multiple tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children referring to what we call child abuse material, also known as child. So have you ever seen any of that?
Unfortunately, there's a lot, online.
Okay. Have you seen it on any of your devices?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, because I go on these sites that have, like...
Here we go.
A lot of videos that aren't allowed to be posted on, like, regular social media.
Okay.
Whatever the reason may be. And a lot of times that slips through. That includes, I literally have a shirt in my room that says, and this is a little counterintuitive, but it says, kill your local pedophile, because I don't like that. It's I work at Spencer's. We sold it there.
He works at Spencer's. Where are my OGs at, man? Spencer Gifts. I work at Spencer's. I was guessing maybe Hot Topic, but Spencer's was, Spencer's would have been a close second. Spencer's.
You sold the shirt? I'm hoping you meant, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, not like child abuse material. Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
But yeah, and
okay.
A lot of that is seen online now, and it slips through the cracks easily. It's very prevalent.
So let me ask you this: a Gmail account. Do you recognize my Uncle Touch?
Is that the stupid one? I knew that was be a stupid one. Yeah, that's the one that got hacked. All of a sudden, I couldn't get back into it, so I don't know.
That's something that a lot of these platforms will do when they locate accounts that are linked to child abuse material. So that could be ultimately why you couldn't get back in. Talk to me about that account being hacked.
A lot of my accounts have been just hacked for no reason.
Okay.
I don't even want to use the word hacked, but compromised, I guess, is the word I want to use. But yeah, no, it happens a lot. I have to make new emails a lot.
Okay. So you don't recall ever searching out this material or having a conversation with someone and someone sharing it with you?
No.
Some of our tips included reverse image searches using the Bing reverse search engine from this residence. So
if I've ever reverse searched anything,
Shout out to AA.
It would have been like...
Thanks for subscribing.
I don't know. of myself to see if I was on Google. Half the time, reverse image searches don't work.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So you don't recall ever taking an image of child abuse material and putting it into Bing to try to locate images or anything like that? Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He took images and tried to figure out where it came from so he could get more. My God.
So, will we be here until the whole thing's done?
Pretty much, yes, sir. Yeah. We take these investigations very seriously because they deal with the exploitation of children, because all this material is somebody's real baby somewhere, and it comes from somewhere.
As David continues to deny the evidence presented to him by the detective, the forensics team on site begins examining
coke.
All the devices recovered from the Rudder home. David and his father, seated on the street in full view of their neighborhood, slowly come to terms with a reality they've been trying to ignore.
What's the procedure afterwards?
So if we locate any child abuse material, depending on whose device it's located on, that individual obviously will be placed under arrest.
What's the usual thing that happens? I'm just trying. I mean, he obviously needs to get some therapy or something like that. He's not violent. He's never been in trouble before.
And a lot of
he's I'm just asking, why
He needs
would
to
you
get
do this?
therapy. You think? What made you think that?
Even though it's curious. Kids.
While David's father claims he's never been in trouble before, the teen has had a few brushes with the law. The most recent being a petty theft charge following a shoplifting incident.
Walmart. Of course, Walmart. Because that's what shops at Walmart. That is who shops at Walmart.
At a Walmart. His father doesn't appear to believe that today's situation is much more serious.
Well, I know people who've got registered as sex offender for grabbing someone's butt. And unfortunately, and you know what? Here's a kicker. I see that stuff. And when I was in high school, we had it was like a big game. Like kids would run around the girls.
All right, this is where Granddad just needs to shut up.
Grab the boy's butt, and the boys would grab the girl's butt. Now,
you can't do that.
It's taboo. You do that now. It's one thing to have, something on your computer because you were curious and you made a stupid mistake, between knowingly doing it and sending it out, or being the cause of it, or being involved in it. It's a bigger thing now because now you got all these cartels trafficking kids. That's probably why SWAT pulls up here, right? Hey, you're 19 years old and you made a mistake.
Bro.
If you need therapy, you get into therapy. That's probably what they're going to have you do anyway. I would guess. He's worried about getting in a fight.
His ass going to jail. He gonna get therapy. Yeah, he gonna get some buns therapy, bro. He gonna get some booty cheek therapy, son. He's some Bubba booty cheek therapy. That's where he's going.
Being attacked or something like that.
Like I said, the jail setting is completely different than what you see on TV and all that stuff.
As David and his father ponder his fate, the forensic team manages to locate 20 videos containing child abuse material on a phone recovered from David's room. The discovery makes it harder for either of them to claim he accidentally downloaded the material.
And I can tell you from looking at it, it wasn't where he was spammed or it was sent to him. It was accessed by him, reviewed by him.
No, he told me that it popped up on the dark web and then he clicked on it and started looking at it. He said he don't even know why he did.
Well, I can tell you from the volume and the different time frames that it was viewed and collected, it wasn't a one-time thing. So there's an issue here.
Dad, can I give you a hug before I go? I don't know.
I love you too. I don't ever change. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Following his arrest, David was charged with 20 counts of possession of child.
20 counts. Third-degree felony. Good state of Florida.
He pled not guilty and was allowed out on bond on the condition that he refrained from unsupervised contact with anyone under the age of 18. Had he refrained from committing any new crimes before his trial, David would have stayed out on bond. Unfortunately, meeting these conditions would prove to be difficult for him.
We have a search warrant for the residence. Come to the front door with your hand up.
In November
What? Again?
2025, detectives began tracking over 250 images and videos containing child abuse material, including AI-generated content involving
Do you not know that you're on... What?
child actors and animals linked to David's IP address. They also made contact with the
AI, child actors, and animals. What kind of sick brain
father of a 13-year-old girl, who expressed concern over David's interactions with her.
Come out! Come out! Hold on.
SWAT units descended on the Rudder residence once again and collected several devices, including a phone hidden in a bag of cat food in the garage. They soon learned that while out on bond, David had amassed a collection of child abuse material that included videos of the 13-year-old girl generated using her Facebook profile picture, a questionable number of produced videos of young girls, and printed photos of children and babies.
Come out.
This is the sheriff's office. Come to the front door with your hands up.
Come out. Hey, Al, sir. Get back. Somebody.
God damn, bro.
Since he violated the conditions of his pretrial release from his previous arrest, David's bond was revoked. Alongside the original 20 charges, David was charged with an additional 5 counts of possession of child.
All felonies in the 3rd degree, bro. You better become an Amazon reseller, because you ain't never going to be able to get a job.
As well as 13 counts of possession of 10 or more child images. Though he admitted to possessing child abuse material, David pled not guilty once again. This time, he was denied a pretrial release on bond. According to an official release from the Marion County Sheriff's Office, due to the nature and volume of the material found in David's possession, police have reason to suspect that he may have had access to live victims, indicating he potentially produced some of the content himself. He remains in custody awaiting trial, and the investigation is ongoing.
Carroll Police Department, search!
That's wild, bro. That's wild, man. I just don't understand what goes on in that kind of brain. Like, what is going on in the brain? You know? Sick people, bro. There's just some sick friggin' people, man. Oh my goodness. Let me see. You guys ever hear about this reseller called Phoenix excuse me. Have you ever heard of this reseller called Phoenix Resale or whatever it is? There's this guy. He goes by the name of Phoenix Resale, and he's very vanilla. Okay, he's very, very vanilla, and he sounds like those people that you think are like, I can't explain. Like, you know when someone's talking to you, and they just sound like, hey, yeah, it's so perfect, and yeah, we tried to do this, and then as soon as the camera's off, they're like, you motherfucker, blah, 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 like fake, like phony. Like, that's what I feel like he is. And I kind of stopped watching his videos, because at first I thought, oh, okay, it's cool, this guy buys and sells and trades video games. But then he bought a brick and mortar shop, and a lot of people have a problem with it. I started following this creator called Kira, and she did this video. Phoenix Resale tries to justify his outrageous price. This has 78,000 views. I've already liked the video because I've watched half of it. And watching halfway through, I needed to share this with you because I want to know if you guys have the same thought that I had of this guy, Phoenix Resale. So let's check out Kira. She's actually kind of funny. We've checked out her videos in the past. Video game reselling.
Hello. Hey, welcome to Quick Flips.
That's the name of his thing, Quick Flips. Phoenix Resale.
We buy your shit. Yeah, I have a few games to sell. I checked the price on your website before I came here, and I was really happy with the numbers, so I drove all the way here to do this in person. Oof. Actually, sir, if you want to sell this here, we're actually going to offer you less money. What? Why? How does that make any sense?
Boy.
It doesn't. We're just greedy. Okay, well, how much can I get for this copy of Mario Kart Double Dash? Well, you know, online, I'd be able to give you like 80%. But since you showed up to the store, like, in person, ick. I could do like 50% on that, man. Price charting has it at like $80. Yeah, we dictate our own market value here. That makes no sense. Well, I mean, you just don't have a sophisticated understanding of economics. Fuck. All right, man. Well, can I at least get a sticker? I came all this way. Oh, yeah, of course.
Can I at least get a sticker?
They're AI platypuses, and it's you can get 10 of them for $12. Fuck this, I'm going to GameStop. They're permanently closed in this area. Fuck. What is going on, you broke ass Timmies? Welcome back.
Broke ass Timmies. I love it.
Back to the channel, my name is Tamantha. If your bank account is empty and you work a regular 9-to-5 job, but are a fellow Pokemon and video game collector, you've come to the right channel. This is the land of the broke-ass Timmies. And it's another beautiful day here on MSRP Island. Not really, it's actually freezing ice outside, like the entire street is covered in ice. But I thought, you know, what a better way to spend this shitty day with my fellow broke-ass Timmies than checking in on our friends over at Quick Flips Video Games. What do you guys say? Should we go check it out?
GameStop is dying.
So that's Phoenix Resale right there, who owns Quick Flips.
The Nicholasville location just closed. The Winchester location just closed. It seems like everywhere around us, the video game industry is imploding.
Oh man. Caleb is sad that he can't use his GameStop Pro membership anymore to find good deals on video games that he can resell in his own video game store for way too much money.
Yeah.
End of an era.
In the impending doom of the decline of physical.
Quick Flips Video Games now has new Oreo flavors. We have Japanese wild berry. We have Japanese Oreo cupcake. We have cotton candy gush candy as seen on TikTok. And Jigglypuff soda, all for sale at Quick Flips.
What the fuck is going on? Is he okay?
Bro. And that's kind of the problem with owning a brick and mortar just to resell. Like, you're a reseller. Resell in our capacity was meant to be online. When you dive into the brick and mortar shop aspect of it, you're adding additional expenses that you're not going to be able to sell things as cheap as your big box retailer can.
Pixel Game Squad, if you checked in with Caleb lately, I would check in with him. Something's off.
We have Japanese strawberry.
Damn. Well, don't buy that pack of Oreos. They're all crumbled and broken as shit now that Caleb punted them across the store with his foot. I mean, I guess that's what's going on over at Quick Flips Video Games, so we can probably just go ahead and end the video here. Bye. Alright, all jokes aside, there's not actually too much to talk about with this specific video. It's a bunch of, Caleb talking about GameStop closing for, fucking 30 minutes, which, everyone makes it seem like that means GameStop is dying, and, that's definitely not the case, but okay. And then he just goes...
GameStop actually got saved via TCG, man. Graded slabs and selling TCG inside GameStop has virtually saved GameStop.
Around and asks his employees what each...
And when I say TCG, I mean Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, that type.
Of them would do with $30 billion given the chance, none of whom stated they would do any sort of good with the money, donate any of it, which I found odd, but okay. I just had to include that clip though in this video today because what the fuck was that? He's chugging Jigglypuff soda and kicking Oreos across the room and I don't know, his content lately just feels so
forced,
heavily unrelatable. He's a boomer, grandpa kind of guy that is just trying to relate and be funny, and it just doesn't work. Anyway guys, now that we've teased him a bit, which I mean we're probably not done teasing him, but now that we've teased him a bit, the real video in question is titled 3 Game Store Myths You Probably Believe.
Things that people get wrong about game stores. The first assumption about video game stores.
Why can't this man ever just talk to a camera anymore? Why is he trying to give you an in-depth, informative video while dragging furniture around his store? Why do the people need to see this? We don't need to see you struggling to drag furniture across your game store.
Video game stores hate resellers. At this point, I've been a reseller for about 7 years now, and since the very beginning of my reselling channel, people have assumed, oh man, when you as a reseller go to other video game stores, they must hate to see you come in. The reality is,
nothing could be further from the truth.
In fact, the idea that resellers and store owners are at odds at all is an idea that I've found exists pretty much only on the internet. When I'm back here and I see a reseller walk through my door, I'm not thinking, ooh, there's my competition. Everybody around pretty much knows that this store is very pro-reseller. At this point, a lot of our best and most
good luck trying to find something to resell in that place, though.
Consistent customers are resellers.
No, most of them absolutely do hate resellers. That's fine if Caleb wants to sit there and pretend he doesn't dislike customers that come into his store and lowball him for every single item he's selling, or customers that come in and try and trade in a bunch of crap games that will surely sit on your shelves for all of eternity for some of your best inventory. But he's definitely painting a false narrative right now because that is absolutely not the case. Most video game store owners dislike resellers. And I want to be clear here, we're talking about the type of resellers like Phoenix Resale, like Chase After the Right Price, because 9 times out of 10, these types of resellers, these predatory types, ultimately hurt their business and the entire community. I just feel like Caleb is speaking very generally when he shouldn't be, because
so there are levels to reselling, right? You buy things on clearance, you resell it, whatever. There are levels to reselling and scumifying the resale. There's levels.
In reality, the way that his video game store operates is quite different than a lot of other like regular ass video game stores.
But the store at this point only makes up about 8% of our overall business sales.
Like, that's great that Caleb has other avenues to flip all of the crap he gets traded in, like eBay and Amazon and fucking whatever else he uses. A lot of video game stores don't have what he has. They don't have a huge social media presence, and it might not be for lack of trying. They might have just not gotten lucky with that. Maybe they just don't do it very well. Who knows? Their store or their personal self doesn't make...
I mean, it doesn't, you don't need to be lucky. You just need to fucking do it, you know? That's the hard part that people don't want to do.
Make a bunch of money from ad revenue. Don't make massive sales on Amazon every year. A lot of them don't even have like eBays or whatnots or any of that. Like they're starting to more and more, but a lot of them simply don't have those things and really do rely on those in-person sales. And I'm gonna tell you right now why resellers like Phoenix Resale and Chase After the Right Price and all these fucking scumbags out here are indeed hurtful to these small businesses. For one, they clear out high demand inventory. Resellers.
See that? High demand inventory. We're clearing out clearance, which is not high demand. It's product that doesn't sell.
Like Caleb consistently try to trade in a bunch of shovelware and crap games for eye-catching items, something high demand like a Pokemon game. This is hurtful to the store because a lot of the crap games you're trading in are going to sit on the shelf for a while. They'll sit there and collect dust and not make the store as much money as something like a Pokemon game more than likely would have. The store is generally not profiting from a trade like this. This is very simple to understand, guys. When a reseller walks in and clears out all of the good inventory, all of the best Pokemon cards, the best video games, all of the limited editions or grails, it gives regular customers like a bad first impression of the store, especially first-time customers. Gives them a bad impression of the store, kind of leaves them empty-handed. Walking into a video game store and mostly just seeing a bunch of shovelware is not a great experience for a customer and is ultimately hurtful to the store's reputation. And
basically walking in and seeing just a bunch of leftover shit laying around and nothing really of value to sell. You're just selling. That's like walking into a TCG store, a trading card game store, and only seeing commons and uncommons. That's kind of like I guess the example we're going to use for that.
And for small businesses such as local video game stores, long-term customers in the community are far more important to the growth and success of a local video game store's business than one-time flippers. Another reason that a lot of video game store owners tend to dislike resellers like Caleb is that they're already usually on pretty thin margins as it is. On new products, game store owners are usually operating on like a 5 to 15% profit margin, with their margins being thin enough as it is on a lot of their products to be getting lowballed by some random guy who wants to make a 50% profit margin reselling this on fucking eBay or somewhere else isn't fucking cool. Like, that fucking sucks. Now, Caleb makes a point to say that some video game store owners don't care because a sale is a sale and they can sometimes move slow inventory, like buying a bunch of $1 games.
Also, if this isn't the most reseller looking ass dude I've ever seen
for a whatnot stream or whatever the hell the resellers do with those, but
listen, Pokemon resellers and whatnot streamers, they do all have a look. There is a look. We're gonna cover that too.
Painting this false narrative that like, oh, we love resellers, you know? Love them. It's just 100% not the truth. Acting as if people like you and Chase After the Right Price, like these types of resellers who go in, dump a bunch of shovelware on the counter to trade in, then put that trade money towards the store's best inventory while also offering them a low ball offer on top of all of that is nothing. I repeat, nothing but hurtful to a local video game store owner. So there you have it, folks. It is not a myth that game store owners dislike resellers.
Because we are very open to buying all kinds. Jeez.
Bro, just sit down and talk to the camera.
Yeah, I can see
Stop
that too.
dragging furniture around like you're making a video.
Shit's annoying. It is
I love that it's non-slip.
He's trying to act like he's like busy and can't stop working and can't, like, you know what I mean? He's acting like, you know, I get it. It's for the camera. He's, you know.
And very textured, but boy, it makes it hard to move large things around.
Not the floor. Not the crunchy, fucked up floor that he paid a nickel for to save money.
Shit.
Can you kind of hear the crackling?
I'm sure dragging furniture around that store is rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
You probably shouldn't have attempted to DIY your own video game store floor with no experience to save a few dollars.
Damn, son. Talk about roasting, bro. She is roasting and toasting. Holy shit. I mean, she's right, though. She's right.
Probably wasn't the best choice. I always just think about that. I always just think about that one comment that someone had left on under one of his videos about his floor. It was like, you will hate that awful floor for a lifetime or something like that. It was so funny.
The third misconception is that video game stores sell games at above market value.
Did he just say that?
Ooh, hot topic. What a lot of people mean when they say market value is either eBay sold listings or price charting.
If the video game store is selling a video game at that cost or at that price, then that's just the market value for that item.
Clown. For real.
What would you say to the person that says a store should never sell something at above eBay value because
that's predatory and that's scalping?
I like to view it as the here and now tax.
And anybody that tries to make the claim that an item's value should be the same across marketplaces.
See how he talks? He's got this like Mr. Rogers attitude that you just want to reach through the screen and like, you know what I mean? He's got this like condescending Mr. Rogers attitude. It just pisses me off.
No matter what, truly just doesn't have a very sophisticated understanding of economics.
Trying to justify the fact that you lowball people on a regular basis, or that you charge above what websites like price charting or eBay recent sold listings, or even TCG Player, by saying, well, if you don't understand why we do that, you just don't have a sophisticated understanding of economics, is a total load of crap. Your store manager,
for real,
quite literally even said 20 seconds later in this video, you asked him how he decides what the prices will be for items in your store. He literally admits to using resources like price charting, TCG Player, and eBay recent sold listings.
What information do we look at to determine is this $9.99 or $99.99?
There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. If it's an item that I've already priced before, then, you know, I can probably just go with that. But if it's something brand new that just walked in and I don't necessarily have like a real idea of how much it's worth, I kind of start off by getting like the neighborhood, right? Maybe I'll check price charting just briefly to see like, you know, is this a $5 game or is this a $50 game?
Yeah.
I can maybe wander over to eBay and be like, okay, well, how much are these going for right now? And how
oh shit.
How quickly are they moving?
Caleb is such a tool, bro. If you think I'm charging like way too much above market value, well, that is market value because I said so. And if you disagree with me or criticize my pricing, it's not because I'm wrong in any conceivable way. It's because you are stupid. You don't have a sophisticated understanding of economics. This is a you problem. But then he wants to complain in other videos that his consoles aren't selling fast enough. Well, yeah, because you were charging $160 for a basic-ass dirty GameCube back in December during your Black Friday sale, mind you. They're literally $80 on Facebook Market. Go on Facebook Market, you'll get a GameCube for $80. His consoles are priced outrageously, way above market value. That's why they don't move quickly. It doesn't take a sophisticated understanding of economics to figure that shit out. Facts. The here and now tax is actually wild to me, and I really wonder at what point in time did society enter like this way of thinking, because it used to be that you would save money going to an in-person location rather than ordering something online. Because when you order online, there's extra fees, there's shipping, and if you were able to go to a physical location and pick that item up yourself, it would save you money in the long run because you wouldn't be paying for shipping and handling fees and any extra, you know, hidden fees or costs that come with buying.
You know, I remember now we just talk about shipping fees. Remember when they used to have shipping and handling? So you have to pay me for handling the item, like that extra hidden fee. Now you just is just shipping, but handling, come on.
Buying online. You used to save money going to physical stores, and that's what made it feel worth it to like leave your house and not buy shit online. But in today's world, where many businesses are being run by predatory, greedy capitalists like Caleb, now it's more expensive to leave your house and go to a physical store to buy a collectible. If you go to like just about any physical collectible game store or a toy store or card shop, everything in the store is likely marked up like crazy. Now I know there are still some good stores out there. I'm not gonna, you know, throw a blanket statement out there, but yeah, a lot of the stores around where I live at least don't really have the best prices, and I can always find a better deal online. This doesn't even just apply to small businesses anymore either, guys. All the stores in my mall do it. Hot Topic, Box Lunch, GameStop, they all do it. I mean, literally any store, you name it, you can literally go online and find most of the crap that you can find in stores for a much better deal, which in my opinion is why you see so many stores not hitting those record-breaking sales anymore like they used to. When you nickel and dime your customers for everything they've got on every single item, people will be inclined to spend less money in your store. The whole here and now tax is bullshit also, and this is my opinion, guys, but I think it's BS. I hear Pokemon vendors throw this around a lot as well, as to try and justify the reason they might have cards at their table marked up like top market value or even higher at times. It's just bullshit. It's scummy of them. Just like, oh, well, if you want it right now, you know what I mean? I had to pay for the table to be here, so. Bro, just because you had to pay for the table doesn't mean you get to upcharge everybody like a ton of money. That's not how it works. If you guys want my advice.
Well, it is the cost of doing business, so it kind of is how it works.
Okay, I own a lot of collectibles, a lot of cool shit, Pokemon cards, video games, etc., and I get almost all of it online. eBay is your best friend. Okay, eBay. is where I get most of my shit. And obviously, guys, you know, buying online comes with a bit of a risk, but buying in person also does. I've seen a lot of people pick up resealed packs or consoles that are like broken, and sometimes the physical stores won't refund you or give you your money back or do anything for you in that situation. Make sure you're doing everything safely, but I've literally been buying on.
Or you could be like how people used to buy when I first started selling Pokemon cards on Amazon. I was sending a couple in for FBA, and I got them returned with all the packs opened, cards stuffed back in the packs, just the hits pulled, empty boxes, like all types of shit, man. I've been scammed with Pokemon so many times. Just the cost of doing business.
Online for my entire life, and I've literally never run into any issues as far as buying goes. Selling is a different story, but as far as buying goes, yeah, no, I've never run into any issues at all. And that is my advice to you guys, because buying things you want at a store like Quick Flips is how you just light your money on fire. There are good video game stores out there. I'm not bashing all video game stores, okay? There's plenty around me that I enjoy, and I understand there's a level of overhead and costs and employees and things like that that comes with running a business. I know because I've literally run 2 successful small businesses in my life. But the thing is, okay, when you're marking things up to literally double the price that it's going for, or double the price that you got it for, and you're reselling it for like these crazy high, like 100% markups in your store, at that point, it's just pure greed. Things do not need to be marked up 100% more than what you bought it for. You do not need to.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you're dealing with collectibles, people are something's only worth as much as somebody's willing to pay. But I get her point.
Squeeze every penny out of your customers with a here and now tax. Like I said, guys, I've run 2 very successful small businesses that did include overhead and employees and all that shit. Really don't need to explain myself, but I do know what I'm talking about. I see comments like that all the time that's like, yeah, she just doesn't understand business. Yes, I fully understand business. And I'm a very firm believer that there is an ethical way to run a business, and a way to run a business that doesn't make you a scumbag. Like, you don't need to be this greedy. Like, you really don't. Like, this is a lot of what people like this do is very unnecessary, and that's what gets under my skin. It's like, just I see right through the bullshit, and it's just pure greed. Anyway, guys, I'll stop ranting about how the world and people just continue to get greedier and greedier every single day that we reside on this planet. Let's read some of his comments, shall we? Because
oh, here we go. Comment police. Let's go.
nothing gives me a good laugh like Phoenix Resale's comment section. Under the first video we watched titled GameStop is dying, our local stores next, there were a couple funny comments I just want to touch on. Shouldn't you already know the answer? You interviewed several game store owners saying it was a dying business, and then you opened your own. If only GameStop had buy 5 at the 6th free. The bankruptcy gambit series has begun. Those comments were too good not to include. I do want to touch on the bankruptcy thing though. I have seen comments all year of people, you know, thinking that his video game store is going to close within a year. I do tend to disagree with that. I don't think his video game store is going to I don't think he's going to go bankrupt in a year. I actually just saw that he's expanding his location or something like that. I mean, I don't think he's expanding the actual storefront part of it because, again, he doesn't really give too much of a crap about that piece of it. That's not the big moneymaker. You know, the big moneymaker is his Amazon and eBay and all that shit. So I don't think the bankruptcy gambit has begun.
Yeah, because you can have your storefront and then you sell shit out the back. I mean, that's, can't knock him for that.
You know, time will tell, but I don't think he's, you know, I don't think his business is like suffering by any means at the moment. All right, let's get into the comments of the video we just critiqued where he was talking about game store myths, the in-person tax. You know what? I also think it's absolutely nuts. I've showcased this in previous Phoenix resale videos, but you know, customers will literally come in and be like, oh, Quick Flips, you know, your app said I could get this much for these items, but if you bring them in person, you actually get less, according to Caleb. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Bro says, I don't know what I'm doing in every video, and then a minute into this one, I'm very qualified to tell you about game stores and how to run them. Okay. Is this guy trying to convince us or himself with these videos? Bro is cooked, trying to define his own market value to justify selling a GameCube for $175.
Damn,
I expected these very obvious and common answers from this video game store owner. Very corporate.
Resellers will do anything to get you to stay away from eBay. You know, the storefront that has everything at the lowest prices aside from moms on Facebook Marketplace and has industry-leading buyer protection. They'll do anything to convince you that you need to pay 2 to 2.5 times market value in person. I'm so sick of it, even though eBay sellers themselves are resellers, yet they aren't greedy enough to ask for more than their items are worth. The most egregious part of it is that somehow eBay sellers manage to sell their items cheaper, plus pay a 13.25% seller fee. There's no excuse. Completely agree with that comment. There really is no excuse to mark these items up as much as they do in their stores. And I'm judging if a store is selling above market price. I always include the shipping cost on eBay in comparison to the store price. So I don't think that should be used as an argument. Also, I'm giving up time and likely several dollars in gas money to visit a brick and mortar store. So there's additional cost on the customer end too. So to be honest, if I know a store price will be several bucks above market price and it'll take time and gas money to get there, I just won't go to that store anymore. Especially when the in-store game may even be more mashed up than the online one. Exactly. Like, what's the reason to leave your house at this point? You know, if you can order it online and get a better deal and the item is in the same, if not better.
I mean, I don't understand why you'd pay a different price. I mean, I guess you pay a different price on. I don't know.
Condition, what would be the reason for leaving the house, spending gas money to get there, taking time out of your day? That's why the whole in-person tax thing is total BS in my opinion, because it doesn't make sense. You're just fucking over your customers. A lot of people feel this way about game stores right now, especially in the Pokemon community, because a lot of game store owners or trading card owners have been caught scalping Pokemon cards or charging like very top market value for every single, Pokemon box that they have. It's shitty. This video feels like a huge deflection. To me, this video felt like Caleb trying to make it look like he was teaching you guys something about business, when in reality, he's just trying to give you the middle finger in the most like patronizing way. This video was just a big fuck you guys. My prices being higher than price charting are justified because I said so, and you know nothing about business. So your criticism towards me is irrelevant. That's what he's really saying if you read between the lines and just look through all the bullshit. He just thinks you're all fucking stupid. If you don't...
Sophisticated knowledge in economics, bro. Yeah, bro. Sophisticated. Oh.
Knowledge.
Gotta hit it.
Knowledge.
Have a sophisticated understanding of economics, your opinion here does not matter to me.
Yep.
That's just crazy. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. I know that the Phoenix resale content was highly requested. Guys, you have to understand, I'm not going to make a video on every single thing that he posts, but this one felt reasonable because he's out here trying to justify.
Bro, this is why I had to, I've seen his content. I don't like it. A lot of people don't like it. They just don't like what he does. They don't like what he's about. They don't like how he acts. They don't like how he is. And you can't blame him. You really can't. Let me see what else we got here. Bro, oh my God. People are just crazy. What do you guys think about like tipping?
As a substitute.
You think tipping people should be a thing? Do you think you should only tip for certain things? I did a video reacting to tipping in the past. And a lot of people were like down my throat about tipping. I'm like, bro, it's like I'm not going to tip my Starbucks barista. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to do it. But to never tip waiters and waitresses, that might be considered, you got to tip your waiter or waitress, at least I think. But to be honest with you, I'd rather them just have the price included in there and just not have to worry about tipping at all. To pay them a decent wage, and that's it. And Rockstar Flipper here says, never tip waiters and waitresses. Let me know if you tip.
The next time I pick up food from a restaurant or cafe or whatever and they ask me to tip them for picking up my own food.
That's messed up, bro. That's messed up. Never. Never.
I literally am never going to go back to that location ever again.
Lawyer's reaction.
If you can pay for the service, you can pay for the tip as well, don't you? No, I can't.
This has gone viral. This delivery person didn't get a tip, so she wanted to pack and take all grocery back to the store.
And you should have went to the store and got it yourself. A tip automatically. I know it's not automatic, but what I'm saying is if you're not going to tip me, I'm just going to take it back.
Sending a shopper to search and purchase $400 worth of groceries for you without giving them a single tip is morally questionable. But ladies and gentlemen, perfectly legal because there's no legal requirement to tip anyone. Not only that, but these groceries belong to the homeowner because they were paid. So taking them and returning them is actually taking someone else's property and makes the shopper in the wrong for taking their property without consent.
100% right. There is no legal requirement to tip anybody anything, even for $400 in groceries. With that said, there are certain things that you should tip for, and if you are too lazy to go to the grocery store to get $400 worth of groceries, you damn well better tip the person who did go to the grocery store to bring you $400 worth of groceries, which is probably only like 3 bags in today's economy, but you get my point.
Restaurants will say if you have a party of 6 or more, a 20% gratuity is automatically included. I think it's fine. But sometimes you don't know if it's included, it doesn't explicitly say it on the menu, and then you get the bill and you tip on top of that without realizing that the tip was already included, and then you look at it and be like, oh my gosh, I just like 40%. Everywhere you go, you're paying a tip. Getting a smog check and ask to tip on top of that. I know they've raised wages on fast food restaurants. It's like $20 an hour in California, but it does seem as though tipping is used as a substitute for paying people. So when you feel like, oh, I tipped over here, I tipped over here, I tipped over here, the tips overall go down, even though you were tipping more overall. And for people that really rely on those tips, yeah, it's gonna hurt them.
He's 100% right. Tipping culture is a substitute insert for lazy, broke restaurant owner who wants us, customer, to pay for said employee salary. That's all there is to it. These restaurateurs could pay these
Subsidization.
salaried workers instead of $2 or $3 an hour, $23 an hour, instead of making them rely on tips. They could. They refuse to, because why would they? It's us that's paying them. They don't have to. It's called greed, in case you were wondering. Greed.
We should get rid of tips at restaurants. I'd love to see all restaurateurs just increase their prices and pay their staff appropriately. That sounds really fair to me.
it.
The whole idea that we need to pay some people $2.13 base wage and that they have to make all their money off a tip and they depend on my generosity. It's foolish.
I mean,
I think it's foolish too, man. I always think that's crazy. I don't even know why it's still a thing.
Not really a lot to add to that. It's completely foolish. But anytime a business owner or corporate America finds a way to expose something, to loophole something so they can get out of spending money and put more in their pocket, they're going to take advantage of it. And that's what they've done with tip culture. I don't predict that tip culture will end anytime soon, but I predict there's going to be some changes. I think in my lifetime, maybe not in a year, 5 years, or maybe even 10, but at some point in the next couple of decades, tip culture is, in America at least, is going to change somehow. Do you agree with me? What do you think would happen? How do you think we should solve it?
I'm sorry, y'all don't have to agree with me. I never gave a fuck. I am not tipping you for some shit that is really not even tippable. That never fucking before the last 3 years, would anyone ever have thought about asking for a tip for. I'm sorry, it's not happening. Service providers are one thing, okay? Tattoo artists, cosmetologists, estheticians, hairdressers, makeup artists, whatever. That's one thing. Okay, servers, delivery drivers, even like sometimes if I'm ordering takeout or I'm picking up a to-go order, expos, because I've served, I've expoed, I've hosted. I get it, sure. Drive-through, no. Fuck no. I'm sorry. Ben & Jerry's just for a fucking scoop of ice cream, no.
Right.
It's not happening.
Now, she contradicts herself. She's not going to tip to go through the drive-through, but she'll tip them if she goes to pick up a to-go order? No.
She did say that. And I was going to say, you know, she did say that. And I'm like, why would you tip if you're going to pick up a to-go order?
Oh, I had to go pick it up. Why am I tipping you? I had to go pick up my own food.
Yes.
I will say, if I'm outside of Chili's and I order Chili's to go and I pull up and I park and you bring it out to me and I don't have to get out of my car, I don't have to go in the rain, whatever, maybe then, yeah, I'd give you $1 or $2.
Nope, I'm not tipping then either. I'm not tipping then either. What? What are we talking about? They ain't serving you your food. They're bringing you the bag. You need a tip for that? Starbucks brought me my coffee. I ain't tipping for that either. What are we talking about here, Rockstar? What are we talking about?
For just walking it out the door. I'm not going to give you a 10-20% tip on a $50 order. You're not getting $10 for doing that, but I'll give you a couple bucks maybe for walking out if I've got some cash or I can add it to the check. But no, generally speaking, to-go orders are not getting you a tip.
In English, it's tipping. In Espanol and in Spanish, it's so say you get cerveza, you pay for tips. Don't forget, you got your okay. Yeah, we need 3 for her. But that right now, you're 0. I can make her 4. But you got your person. Okay. Those smokers, they're probably here all night too.
Huh? Yeah, when he said he's fucking all the
Yeah, there's people that are from other countries that don't understand our crazy, weird, insane tipping culture.
Agreed, 1,000%. Agreed, man. This is only America's problem, bro.
Now, they looked to have been Spanish, Latin, something along those lines, and he was trying to explain to them, you know, if you get some cervezas, some beers, you're playing pool, your waitress is bringing you drinks, she's bringing you food, give her a little bit of money, help her out there. She's serving you. It's no different than if you're sitting at a restaurant dinner table. She's still running in the back, getting your drinks, bringing them from the bar, running in the back to get your food or your apps or whatever it is. I go to places like this all the time. There's one down the street we love, a couple high-top tables, some dartboards, some pool tables. We sit there, the waitress goes and gets us everything we need. We don't have to leave the pool table. We don't have to leave the darts, and she brings it all out. And of course, yeah, we're tipping her just like we were at a restaurant, 20%, 25%. Absolutely.
284.62 times 18%.
Oh my god, that's a lot. 5x4. 12.8. 0.75.
It is helpful if you have somebody at the table that can quickly do the math, but that's a big tab. I mean, for 4 people, I guess it wasn't horrible, but they were obviously eating and drinking. So even if you got 4 people, leave them there 20%, man. Even 18% is fair.
Unless she was just dividing it between the 4 people. I hope she didn't just leave a $12 tip.
I saw someone say if you can't afford to tip, you can't afford to eat out. And that's actually a lie, because I'm sure a lot of people can afford to eat out. They just can't afford to pay for employees they didn't hire. And I don't know why the narrative isn't, if you
Okay. I like that.
can't afford to pay your employees a livable wage, you can't afford to have a business. But instead we have servers villainizing the average human making the average salary because they didn't tip as big as they thought they deserved. Meanwhile, you're working for a millionaire. So I want someone to explain this to me like I'm 5.
Facts.
You know, why don't servers press?
These restaurant owners make bank, bro. They make bank, and they depend on, and that's why they make bank, because they don't have to pay their workers that regular living wage. You do with your tip.
Their company, their boss, to pay them more than $2 an hour. Why are you relying on average people to subsidize your pay?
All really fair, good questions, and it's just the nature of the beast. They found a loophole, they're greedy, and they're not going to relinquish their grasp on that greed of making us pay their waiters and waitresses and service industry people's salaries. With that said, if they did, your burger wouldn't be $15 anymore, it would be $20. They're gonna have to add $5. So when you go out and you buy 2 burgers for you and your girl or your boy and you're at $30, and you got yourself 2 drinks and now you're at, $50, and let's say that they expect you to tip 20%, so it's $10, and so you're spent $60. But if you go out and now the burger's gotta be $20 a piece, well now that's 20 and 40, and your 2 drinks make it 50 and 60, you don't have to tip, but you still spent the same amount of money. It's not going to help us, the consumer, in any way. We're still going to spend that money, whether we're tipping it or whether we are including it in the cost of these meals.
I mean, I guess if you put it that way, if you kind of put it that way, I get it. But at the same time, man, I don't know. I just don't know.
Increase cost in these meals. So right now, as it stands, the only people that are winning are the people that go eat and don't tip, because they get out of a cheaper meal than what they otherwise probably should have to pay more. Because if you stop tips and you make the waiters or the businesses pay the waiters, that cost of food is going to go up. It's just the way economics works.
Bada bing, bada boom. Tipping is a scam. Tipping is not about the customer or the worker. It is about making more money for the business. Tipping gives business owners a reason to pay their workers less. Wages are a business owner's biggest expense. So having reasons to reduce it allows the business to keep more money, which allows the business owners to have more profit. They get to hold on to more cash, and more money comes out of the customers. Then tipping is used to guilt trip customers into paying more money. Sometimes these workers really do not deserve a tip, but their livelihoods depend on it. It should be on the business owners to pay more money to the workers. It should not be up to the customers who already probably paid a lot for whatever service. All tipping does is help business owners. It helps businesses. They take advantage of both the customer and the worker by using tips.
I agree.
In many countries outside of the US, they do not tip at all. The business owners just pay higher wages.
Yep, that's a fact. Over in Europe, over in Asia, in Japan, it's almost an insult. It's just.
I was gonna say, and in Japan, yeah, you think your burger is gonna be something that, no. When they go to the restaurants, they still have decent prices on their menus. It's not sky high, but in America it would be, because, well, you get American greed.
Disrespectful to tip, because they're knowingly being paid this wage that's livable, and giving them extra money is just not in their culture. That's the rest of the world, essentially. Us in America, we are like the only country, I'm sure there's others, but basically the only country that has this insane tipping culture.
I don't think we should tip servers, because I think restaurants should pay their staff a livable wage like they do in other countries. But unfortunately, that's just not the reality here. So make sure you're tipping your servers, because they literally make like $2 an hour, at least in Tennessee they do, which gets eaten up by taxes, so they never see that money. If you don't tip, a lot of restaurants have to tip out their bussers. If you don't tip, they're literally paying to have you eat. Like, they lose money. Isn't that crazy? They have to pay for you. Crazy. Like, they have to pay a percentage of the sales what you purchased. That's one of my favorite things that I liked about going to other countries, is like you can go out to eat and not, like, what you see on the menu is what you're paying, and that's it. There's no 20% extra or anything like that. America just has to be different, I guess.
No, America just has to be stupid. There's a lot of things we do that are stupid in the name of corporate greed. I said it. Yep, I said it.
Do you want me to put this online? Nothing was wrong. You guys were just rude to us. She was the only nice person to us the whole time. I was so nice to you. No, you were rushing us. You perceived yourself as being nice, but you really weren't. I was so nice to you. No, you weren't. I'm paying for it. That's okay. You do know, I live in Seattle, she lives here. We haven't seen each other for so long. We chose this place. It's okay for us to, no, it's not. It's not implied. You don't have like a sitting limit. No. Why would you kick us out? What? Are you literally labeling me? You're labeling me? Usually I get like 10 tables, but you were my home. Wow, you're so rude. You're labeling me just because I live in Seattle. I'm not even from Seattle. It's okay, guys, but leaving no tip for someone who works for this, and you've been here all day, and I was not able to get. You were not nice to us. You were rushing us. She was the only one nice to us, and I was willing to give like $30 of a tip, because this is not even expensive for me. But no, you weren't. You were always like rushing us to get out, and you were looking at me. There's no sign saying that I have to stay for 1 hour only. No, it's not. That's not like that. It's not like that. No. Because oh yes, I will. If you can't sleep at night knowing like that, have fun too.
Yikes. So
Yeah,
apparently they sat
yikes.
there
A
for
lot
a
of
couple of
yapping.
hours, and she eventually said, hey, guys, are you coming, going? I'm trying to get more people in here. I get the waitress's plight if somebody's sitting there, but if they're spending money and eating, you really can't kick them out, right? Like, you got to let them just sit there and eat and drink,
if
and don't
they're
rush them, and
spending
just say,
money-
hey, I know you'd love to get
if
more
they're
tables
spending
through,
the money,
but
though.
did that deserve them not tipping?
But that's the key. Are they spending the money?
Her rushing them out. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Are you team waitress or team customer on this one? I gotta say I'm a little torn because they shouldn't have been holding the tables up that long. If they were in there truly that long, they should have had a little respect for other people trying to sit down. But also, you can't rush a customer out, and they may have been justified in not tipping her.
When I tell you this is some bullshit, this is some
Oh,
bullshit.
shit.
This is some bullshit.
DoorDash into a
I mean,
mansion
if
for
you're
$1.
pulling up to a house like that, delivering food, I get it. The amount of money someone has is not justification for the size of the tip, but you live in that house and you left $1 for a guy driving your food out. Come on, let's have a little bit more of some morals than that one. You could drop the guy a 5.
Have a little bit more class.
Or a 10 spot, right?
Hi, which floor?
3, please.
Okay. Excuse me?
Oh shit. That was funny.
I swear if I ever got in an elevator and someone asked me
That
for a
was
tip to press
awesome.
the button, we are getting stuck on that elevator together.
I need to do that. That is so awesome. That was amazing.
And by the time we get off that elevator, they're going to forget what a tip was, I promise you. And not in a mean way, but in an educational way. Let's just leave it at that.
The costume characters are another classic scam. There's some in front of me right now, but they're really everywhere in Times Square. Essentially, this scam involves them jumping in your photo and demanding $20 or $40 for it. But the biggest thing that you gotta watch out for is if you have kids, they're gonna target you super hard. Whenever I come into Times Square with Bella, it's like immediate. Like they go for the kid because they know as a parent you're gonna feel guilty taking your kid away from these costume characters because the kid's really excited. The way you're gonna get out of this scam is you're going to have to look out
Not
ahead of
me,
you.
bro.
When I see that there are costume characters within the walking path that I'm already going, I will actually try to get out of the way. If they do come up to you, you didn't happen to miss the opportunity, unfortunately, then all you need to do is just be very stern and be like, no, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. And if they're not listening, just walk away.
Do it for tips, okay?
Oh, okay. How much would it cost?
Nice tips.
Like, what do you mean by nice tips?
20, 10. It's
A
okay.
20? Oh, that's okay. It's all right. Thank you, though.
This man is he's Spider-Man from Temu asking for a $20 tip. Yo, somebody tell Spider-Man from Wish, go home, bro.
And your kid may be super pissed off and crying, and it's very much not ideal, but that's why I recommend, like, you gotta look out for those ones in advance, especially if you have a child.
No, absolutely not. That is scare tactics. One thing I don't like in the world is somebody trying to shame or scare me into spending money that I don't intend on spending. And I will walk by them and go, no. I've done it in Vegas to the showgirls that wear very little clothing and pasties. Hey, big boy, come here. I want a picture. And I'm like, get away.
He said, hey, big boy.
Now. No, I don't have kids, and I'm not walking with children through Times Square with Mickey Mouse, but I would do the same thing in front of my child, and I'm not trying to make my child unhappy, but no. Or, hey, take a picture, and I don't have to tip you. I know they're out there working, but that's up to me. I'm not tipping to take a picture with Mickey Mouse. Sorry, not happening.
Mickey Mouse from Temu.
And hot dogs and buns. Check out.
Hey now, would you like to leave a tip for the hardworking employees who keep our store running?
Fine.
Hi, I'm Tippy. Thanks for tipping. I'll make sure your tip goes to the people who deserve it most. Leave a tip for Tippy?
No.
Okay. Would you like to donate money to feed starving children?
Starving. Fine.
But not for Tippy?
No.
Would you like to leave a tip for the farmers who grew the produce?
Nah.
Would you like to tip the freezer repair person?
Nope.
Want to make a donation to cancer research?
Cancer. Fine.
And still no tip for Tippy?
What? No. Why would I tip Tippy?
We're processing the tips.
Well, how about I just don't tip and then there's nothing to process?
But this is the process. Explaining Tippy and where your tips go is part of the process.
Yeah, I guess.
So a tiny tip for Tippy?
Fine, fine. The tiniest of tips for Tippy.
Hi, I'm Tippy Jr. Thanks for tipping Tippy. He sure does work hard to process the tips. Would you like to throw a coin to Tippy Jr.? Sir? Sir? Are you still there? I told you. Why would anyone want to throw a coin to Tippy Jr.? You're useless. Sorry, Bob.
You couldn't be
That's
any
how
more
it is,
on
though.
point
Yep.
watching that than what
I agree
you
with
just
that, for
watched.
real.
Like everywhere you go, click
That
no,
was
click no,
crazy.
and now multiple click nos. It's unbelievable. And that guy's actions, cartoon or not, are correct. If somebody started doing that to
Yep.
me at a store,
Yep.
I'm gone. I'm out and I'm not going back, which is what I led this video with to begin with. I'll tell you what, I never expected to cover tip culture in America like I do. I had no idea it was such a hot button issue because I'm just built into this world where I go out, I eat, and I leave the server 20%. If they were amazing and I love it, 25, 30%.
I
And if I
agree,
really
but I
get
agree.
terrible service, I might only leave 10%, which rarely happens, but it still leaves something for them doing the job that they did and feeding me. don't understand all the anger and tip culture, but now after making these videos, I finally do. That most people are set on business owners and restaurateurs paying their waiters and waitresses a livable wage and not $3 an hour. With that said, I've seen interviews from people that own restaurants that said if they have to move the cost up on their food and pay their waiters and waitresses a livable wage, they can't stay in business, which tells me that means the customers aren't willing to pay that and they wouldn't have enough business to stay in business. Would they all go out of business? I don't know what would happen. What do you think would happen if there was a law that no more tipping and everyone had to raise their prices? What would happen to the restaurant industry? Let me know what you think would occur in the comment section. I'd love to hear, because I don't even know.
Bro.
I can't fathom what would happen, but that's a crazy thought. As always, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. Let me know everything you want to know about being a...
Bro, imagine going to get some chicken fingers, right? That normally costs you like $9 for a large chicken finger, right? Now that large chicken finger is costing you $15 and it's takeout and you wasn't tipping anybody to begin with. Look, I get it. I agree with them. Tip 20%, 25% when you go out, you're being served, when you buy drinks, restaurants. But like Starbucks, taking out food, ice cream place, like you're literally getting paid. Okay, waiters and waitresses make that $2 and whatever. They make that per hour, right? And that usually gets wiped out by taxes. But Starbucks people don't get paid $2 an hour. Ice cream places don't get paid $2 an hour. You know what I'm saying? The food takeout person who's giving you the takeout doesn't get $2 an hour. So, like, you know, I forget. I was somewhere and I was blown away, but I was like, did they really just ask me for a tip? I was like, what the hell? It was weird. Anyways, gang, appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll be back, I think, on Wednesday. We're going to be back on Wednesday live. I'm going to try to get online to do a little bit of gaming at some point. But we'll be back hanging out next Wednesday. Make sure you're here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Shout out to everybody that showed up. Everybody that took part, participated. Always appreciate you guys. Love y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Good night.